Welcome to Free Neighborhood Podcast. I am your host, Jay, aka Jay Duce, aka Mr. Prolific, aka I'm a carpenter now, guys, aka I can do all things that I want to do. So, yeah, shout out to that. And to my left is the beautiful goddess, illustrious goddess herself. My bad, a little bit long morning. Beautiful, illustrious goddess herself. How you feeling today, babe?
Well, hello. How are you? It is me. She is me. We are each other as always. You know where to find me at mgottibeauty.com, and you use code neighbor at checkout only if you're a neighbor next to me. We have.
Hey y'all, it's Magic. You already know who it is. Go follow the Instagram WALA.MAGIK. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm here. What's up? They next to me.
What's going on, man? It's Peyton Ape. Hope you had a peaceful, productive weekend. I hope your parlays hit. I hope my parlays hit. Yeah, we here, man.
Yeah, and the second parlays hitting. Yeah, man, hopefully everybody parlays hit. I ain't get a chance to put nothing in, been busy. But I'm already probably seeing some things that I would have probably not been successful on in this first quarter betting. But how's everyone feeling? How was the week? We recorded a little strenuous. So it's been like 3 times. It's our third recording this week. So that's what's up. Shout out to us. Dropping soon. But yeah, how's everyone feeling?
I'm cooling, man. I am here.
Still got stuff to do, so
Yeah.
I'll be
Working,
feeling better
creating,
yeah.
and raising kids. It
Mhm.
is. Yeah.
How about you, Magic?
I'm here.
All right. Well, spoken for a great, exciting episode, huh, guys?
That's what I said.
So, you can get right into word and treat if you're ready, love.
We ready?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the stick. I'm like, what is in my head? So you already know the word on the street always turns into a question somehow. And the question is a thought-provoking one, so I will definitely allow you guys some time if you needed to answer. But and it's a 2-part question. I want to know, what is your main goal in life, and what steps are you taking every day to get you a step closer?
Damn.
Told you it was gonna make you think deep.
Think deep. That was the deepest question.
I mean, my main goal in life really is just to make sure that I think my biggest fear is dying without leaving anything for my offspring.
Mm.
Of course, mostly money, but there's more than like that money, like land, you know what I mean? Like, shit, business assets, or you know what I mean? Like, that would be my biggest fear. As far as what I'm doing to, make that happen, like, I won't really speak too much on like the process, but it's like, hey man, I'm fighting a good fight. I say that. That's what I'm doing. It's like fighting a good fight.
Now with that phone so close to your crotch.
Oh yeah, I forgot radiation. You know what I mean? I might as well just jump in the microwave, right? All right.
Yo, jump in the microwave is crazy.
But no, but yeah, that's really like the main goal of mine. Like, is really just to make sure that I would love to do it with something that I love, of course, music. In particular, in either way, whether I'm the artist, whether I'm behind the scenes, whether the producer, whatever you want to call it. Would love to just make sure that it's within that world, but it doesn't have to be. And it wouldn't. I'm sure it wouldn't only be that. Like, yeah, I would. Yeah, it would have to be way more than just music, but would love music to like be the forefront.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Magic?
I don't have a like set goal. I just know I want a life of happiness, and I mean stress is there, but I just want my life to be happy in my own terms, and I just want to be able to like survive without having like stipulations. Other than that, I don't really have like a goal that I'm like striving for other than just being happy with in life. How I'm doing it and shit, I'm young still, so we'll see.
How about you, Love?
My main goal in life is to just provide a life that is financially free and free of just the stipulations of society. That's why I strive so hard for my goal of becoming like just in my mind, it's the drive to be like like an entrepreneur, millionaire in that kind of sense, like taking the proper steps to build enough businesses and assets to be able to live financially off your own work instead of working your whole life for somebody else. Like for me, my main goal in life is not to be with a company till I'm 80, retire, and my life just be the next 20 years I get to enjoy it. My goal is to make life happen now, enjoy life now, make sure my kid is able to have any or desire any or any opportunity he wants, we can present and come up with our own. Like I don't want my kid to be like our generation or a generation after us. Like I want to be the one to change my family's relationship with money.
I mean, I feel like I'm in a similar place. For me, if I had to wrap it up in one word, it would just be abundance. And that's abundance of everything that I enjoy, like an abundance of life, health, wealth, love, like making sure that there's nothing that is a necessity that I don't have. And I feel like the second part of the question was, what are you doing every day to take steps,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
forward to that? No problem, just reiterating it. To take, steps to get there for me is literally everything I'm doing now is just putting my carbon footprint out there, community wise, business wise, personally wise. Like, I know that today or tomorrow, when I leave this earth, there's going to be nothing but amazing things said about me for the people that I've had the chance to connect with. Like I've been able to pour into anyone's life, even if it was just a client that I just met and they came to get their hair done, or a customer that just wanted to purchase something. Like I speak life into everybody all the time. And you never know what doing something like that can do for someone's spirit. You never know where they were at before they even spoke with you. So, each one teach one, a little closer to everything. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was the word on the street. And yeah, how I strive to do my goal every day is literally for me, it's just my life is part of just nonstop movement forward. Like, and I love that. I'm not stagnant. I'm not moving in place. Like I'm really grinding every second of every day. Like there's always like even in as y'all can see new studio stuff. This was a development. These have been thoughts for years that have been circling my mind on how to get this to be a certain way, and now like it's out of there, and that's like great for me because it
Sure.
takes like a tremendous weight off my shoulder off of something that like some people don't view as the biggest thing, or you got saying why can't you just work with it, but for me for certain things like having that clearness of mind that it's like I'm not still staring like damn I used to be looking like how can like this shit just not like it don't look like it's all put together.
For sure.
Like I just didn't like the idea of, and not to pot about potting for a little, but I'm gonna do it because it's part
Not
of
to
my
do something
brand
I'm
and who
gonna
I
do.
am. But because I'm going to pot about pot, I have a whole pot
What's wrong
about
with
So
that?
then
pot
why
coming
say I'm
coming
not
on.
gonna pot about potting if you
Yeah,
gonna
why
pot
I
about
say
said I'm not
wrong
gonna
with
potting?
pot
that?
about potting long,
Oh.
but I'm not gonna pot about potting long. But in the sense of the matter, like sitting here, like being able for me to see Peyton now without having to like turn my whole body and then look around, like I can
Yeah.
see magic now in both ways and be able to just like this wide angle is enjoyable for me now. Like a lot of my time spent editing is kind of cutting around the wide because I feel like you need it because it shows that we're all here in ensemble. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like my least favorite shot we had because everything else like close up we look hard. Like I'm there. Like we look like we set up
Yeah.
comparable with networks who have millions of funding.
This is
So
definitely better. I don't think the last look was bad though, but this was definitely better. But like at the end of the day, like when you got a vision, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like yeah, when you got a vision, there's high value on that. Even if like one thing I hate is when I play a song for somebody that's not finished and they telling me like this shit, like what, bro? This is right. I almost got into an argument with a nigga over there, and he complimenting me, but it's like I know what it's supposed to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
So even if in my eyes the last set was like fine. It's like I could see where for Jay is like, even if I couldn't fathom, you know what I mean, how I
Mm-hmm.
look now, we walk in here and it's like, oh, all right, I can see where that was bothering you so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what I mean? Because this does look, better. Same way with some of my music where that same person that was like, no, drop this now. When he heard
Mm-hmm.
it 3-4 weeks later, where I'm like, now hear the final version. He's like, oh, all right, it does sound way
Mm-hmm.
better. But he was already satisfied. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, So yeah, man, when you got a vision, man, you got a vision. You can't.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that at
I
all.
feel that.
I'm
and
glad you
that's
do got a
exactly,
vision.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And we will always grow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, for real. Like you
Yeah,
need that.
And speaking of not even growing, like for me, I feel like this is like 97% complete. I just got to balance some things that are like small irks, and I want to get rid of square
That
table.
shit ain't never gonna be complete to somebody like you.
Like-
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
No.
though, but yeah, it's like,
Again, in this part of the step for me, like this is pretty much like I have it written on my phone. It's just the table I've been playing, but it's hard. Some things you can't get till you there. Like I'm here and I'm like, coffee table wise, that looks great. This is cool, but I would want something to again because it's analytics and showing like her showing her legs is full body is later on merch. You can then say somebody can send her a package and they want to. So I'm balancing out like just viewing angles and different things.
sure.
But like what I'm saying to say that I don't. It makes it easier to do this part of it now. Like
Yeah,
when
for
I come
sure.
downstairs, I'm just sitting down. Like it ain't like when you come in and I'm sure I was sweating. Like I gotta fix this real quick because
Right.
it needs to be fixed because it's gonna look crazy if it's not. That's kind of over. Like, and some of the stuff that were like medical things that I tried to cover at cheaper things, I found the exact way to do it the best way now. So I'm happy of that. But speaking of things I'm happy about, Young Thug is home. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that man.
for sure.
All
After
the girls get down to Atlanta. They is outside, okay? Say no.
Yeah, yo, well, he can't be there, so you want?
Yeah, that don't mean nothing. I'm
You-
saying it's a celebratory thing in Atlanta. That don't
Oh,
have nothing
yeah.
to do with him being there.
Hey, yo,
That's true.
party for Thug. He can't be here,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
come
they
through.
do that all the time. Like,
Right, we be having Drake nights like a motherfucker.
Like-
like
Damn,
Ain't that Drake
I
ain't
haven't
never
seen a
come
Drake
up.
night in a minute. That's crazy.
the next one coming up is actually partnered with OVO. Shout out
Oh,
to Filthy
okay.
and
okay.
working on Dying.
Oh,
and
you know
all
that.
of
I
them.
didn't know
Yeah.
the runners have fit.
More so just being tapped in with the music. Working on Dying, like one of the biggest, fucking production groups in music right now. They from Philly. They do a lot of shit with Drake. They did like Pipe Down. They did more than just Pipe Down, but that's the first song I can think of. They do a lot of shit with Yeet, shit like that. But Filthy is from working on Dying. He's the one that actually, I guess, was like the lead producer for Pipe Down. I don't want to like falsely fact anything, like falsify anything, I guess. Like, but it's like, but from my knowledge, he was like the lead producer out of working on Dying for Pipe Down. But he's working with the Fillmore for the next Drake night coming up. And OVO is actually like involved this time. That was a rant. We veered off a little bit, but yeah,
But
that
that's
was
lit, though.
that's a cool John. But oh yeah, we veered off because of talking about people coming to a party or somebody not going, because Drake is probably not gonna be at this one
Yeah.
too. But OVO is involved. It's like, but yeah, man. Shout out to that. I don't wish jail on nobody. So shout out to that. That lawyer was fucking lawyering. He was.
By name. I'm not
Yeah,
even a
you're
white
right, you're
person
right,
fan,
yeah, you're
but
right,
Brian
you're right.
Still.
Yeah, Brian Still. Yeah,
But when it comes down
definitely give him
to
his
the
credit.
job of being a lawyer and holding your client down in
You did
any
your damn
case,
job.
This is up there with if the gloves is not fit, you must have quit. Like this is up there with that for me for what he tried for that case. And the fact of the matter is, he shouldn't even have a convention on his record. This should be his. He should
Yeah.
he beat the state in the RICO case.
For
That's
sure.
what happened. But because of the way society words things, now that there was a conviction, that makes their conviction rate stay the same. So like 99, 97% across different districts. But
Nah,
he did the
definitely-
job
He
better than
definitely
anybody
won the
has.
battle. I hope he wins the war, because the moment he agreed to 15 years of probation, the war is not over. Like, you are still in some type of legal bond with like the state of Georgia, and I hope that you can get past that. I hope maybe that 15 years won't be the entire 15 years of probation, because that is a long time for them waiting for you to do like the bare minimum to be able to at least suggest slapping the rest of your sentence on you. And
Yeah, man. Yo,
That's
hey,
really all
get on that
probation
phone,
is.
call Rock Nation, call Meek.
Yeah, call somebody.
Hey, man.
Goddamn it,
This got us
numbers.
into a great segue because I ain't gonna stay here on Thug too much. He might be visited because I got a couple of Mariah the Scientist questions to ask later. But yo, niggas, call Rock Nation, call Meek. But speaking of Rock Nation and Meek, and no, well, not Meek. Speaking of Rock Nation, the Meg doc is dropped, and that has brought back also with that Tory Lanez had an appeal that seemed not even I don't know what that document was. Some people were saying that was like fake or whatever, but that story came out that generated that people thought he might have been coming home. Then Meg's doc comes out at the same time as her album. It's a couple of things going on. Well, album promo, I mean. And it's a couple things going on with that situation that I feel like, again, a lot of people are putting on Rock Nation the fact that Tory's even in there. But it's been making it kind of bringing this 5-year-old situation back to the public. It might have been like 3 years, however long ago the shit was. It was a long time ago. But in it bringing it back into the public, a lot of the stuff from Meg's team, this is documentary recounting her from her side. And the media has caught one of this clip of her talking about lying to Gayle King. And it's being treated as if she perjured herself on stand, which she did not do. On the stand, she told the honest truth that she did have sex with Tory Lanez. But at the time, she didn't want to answer that way. But in this, we were having discussions earlier about it. Magic you felt strongly about like her right to be able to
really just
not
people caring
disclose
about
that.
whether really people giving a fuck whether she had sex with him or not. That's what I got from it, which I agree with. Who cares? Definitely, who cares? It was just, you know, at the end of the day, whatever. She lied. Like, she did lie. It's whatever. She did not lie on the stand, which is very, very true. She told the truth on the stand. But, yeah, if she got in front of Gayle King, I said Gal, that was crazy. She got in front of Gayle King, she lied.
Yeah, and you niggas lie for less. Niggas lie every
right.
day.
Niggas lie every day, B. Like,
but for the media point of I feel like I'm kind of confused because everybody puts it on like how strong Rock Nation is and how this, that, and the third. But I feel like the Tory Lanez out of jail hive has been strong, like stronger than I expected too. Like they have been really. Like it's a lot of people that feel like this case went the wrong way, the wrong thing, and every turn of event that something comes on, it's like the floodgates open, and now she's kind of being like put down and hated, and it's kind of like when did Meg get this much hate? Like what was the moment?
My face is scrunching up because it's almost like we weren't living in the same times. Literally, it was so many, especially women, who were on the Meg hate train once this whole situation happened. Everybody was screaming "Free Tory!" Like I'm so confused at why we're thinking that.
I feel like it was
she never was hated.
I feel like it was like a little more, I guess, split. I guess he kind of saying that crowd is kind of growing. Like
no, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I don't know
I'm
where we
saying
was at because that shit was a big Meg hate train. Like it was not a lot of people, especially women, on Meg's side. It was heavy. Free the guy. Like it was heavy. She's a liar. It was heavy.
It was heavy. It was heavy. More get the right person. Nobody felt the whole world felt as though Tory was innocent. They wanted Kelsey, and Kelsey should have been the one to take the fall, but Tory did it.
I think the whole world is a strong term.
Well, yeah,
I think that's a strong term.
Let's be real freaking technical. In media's eyes, on what y'all put out and what was seen, people were gunning for Tory, like not gunning like haha I'm coming to get you, like I support you black man, like get out of jail type shit. They were doing that, and Kelsey was supposedly supposed to be the one to take the fall. She was the other person in the car at the time, quote unquote. Media says. Let me say this right. Internet says.
Unless you did something like drastically wild and it's clear and evident that you did it, we don't really be wishing jail on each other. Like I feel like that's something we do that's something we do as a overall culture. Of course, there's people in our culture that's like, nah, fuck it. Like, you know, we got fucking Uncle Ruckuses and all of that shit. Like, you know, like anywhere. But I feel like for the most part, you know, you even got niggas that's beefing with each other that's like, I would never wish you to go to jail. Like, I'd rather street justice catch you before, like, the states do. So I feel like some of that, I do feel like we are getting, I'm not saying niggas was not saying Free Tory. Like, I was clearly saying Free Tory. We were saying Free Tory, whatever. All right, well, then, that is hilarious. Like, I love today's pod. That is hilarious. So clearly there was people that was against the man like being freed or whatever.
Yeah, y'all
so which was what I was
that nigga up.
Which was what I just said, you know? But like it's like but I do feel like now as time is passing with the fact that like at the end of the day I'm not about to sit here and like belittle what happened to her, but it's like you know, you didn't. This is gonna sound almost ignorant, so I'm trying to tread lightly. Because I gotta tread lightly. But it's like, you know, clearly, you know, your life wasn't taken. You didn't lose a limb. You didn't. Your physical stance wasn't. No, seriously
you got shot,
though.
but you didn't die.
Like, yeah, no, for real though. Like, heavy on it. Like, but did you die? But like, no, like. Your physics wasn't like your physics. This is all like I said. I'm saying this with grace because I know it sounds ignorant, but it's like these are the only word choices that my brain is pulling up. It's like your life was not altered from then on. I feel like if your life was more so, I mean physically altered. Like she ain't had to get a new foot, you ain't had to learn how to walk again, you ain't lose a toe. It's like
People
did she lose a
still
toe?
hate her
Did she
though.
No. I'm not for the hate. I'm really not for. I'm not for the hate
No,
on
I
either
get you
side.
saying
Yeah, I'm
that,
not for.
like,
I feel
she
like
ain't have
I
to
was
get her
saying.
leg amputated
No, I
or
was
whatever,
saying.
but,
No, I
like-
was saying I could see where the growth of free Tory, where the free Tory is growing. Like, not saying that it was never a big thing. I think it's growing larger though. I think that's pretty much what Jay was kind of going to.
No,
where,
and
like,
I get that. I just
they're-
disagree. That's all. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
I
from my
100%
perspective and
agree
what
with
I've
that,
seen,
but-
it was always that big. Like it was all
was.
literally. We got posts of her even when she's doing the interview with Gail, whatever. We got posts where they're literally dropping the little emojis in the comments for free Tory. Like they're literally down there.
But I think.
But
he
then
would
again,
be
we
able
in
to
a
figure
we
something
in
out.
a era of people traveling for who they want to see. Like if
Right,
Beyonce
exactly,
chose
yeah.
to not perform in the U.S., everybody's still gonna come to her tours
Right.
overseas.
Right, the ones
And-
that can afford to go is gonna figure it the fuck out.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
for
and
sure.
saying that to say, like, especially with enough time in advance of promo, like, listen, you know this shit is happening this
Right.
time next year, so you got a full year to save up your coin to go see this person that you really, really
Right.
love. And I feel like, again, because of how strong that hate was for Meg and how strong that love was for Tory, if he does all of his shows in Canada or wherever moving
Mm-hmm.
forward, it's still not going to be an empty seat in that house.
Right, and
So
you
that's
got
what I
New
mean. Where I
York.
feel like I don't think it's over for him at
Right.
all.
And you got New York, you got Michigan, you got Wisconsin, Chicago. They are pretty damn close to Canada. So I feel like New York is actually close to Toronto, though. I don't know about I think the other places I named, I don't know where they're closer to.
Mm-hmm.
But there's people in the States. It's not going I think Toronto from here is like 10 hours. It's the same distance as going to Michigan. Like,
So can I get a
it's not
synopsis
that
of what we're
crazy.
saying right now? Like what are y'all saying by this? You're saying that Tory Lanez and after his 10-year jail sentence should be able to move around and still have a productive career in music 10 years from now.
I'm kind of meeting you in the middle where it's going to affect him. I don't think it's going to end him. That's all. It's going to affect him. It's going to be a slow down of money and numbers and da-da-da-da, but I don't think it's going to hurt him. That's I think that he's even showed us by actions that when a lot of artists got set down when COVID happened, he was one of the pioneer artists that figured out a way to still reach out to his fan base without being able to physically set up anything for them. Nobody could set up something. It didn't matter if you lived in the States. You couldn't set up a show for nobody. Like, and Tory was one of the original artists to figure that out. But my original opinion on like the actual take, I just feel like my thought on it, I'm very 50-50 on it. I have no hate for Meg and I don't wish no jail time for Tory. It's like, yo, it's too fucking, hey, being black in America is crazy. Motherfuckers is crazy. Y'all was crazy. Y'all did some crazy shit. Luckily, nobody died and no one's life. Well, that's why I wanted to be careful how I said that, because I'm not trying to say like, Meg, shut the fuck up, stop bitching. It's not like that. It's just like, yo, luckily, nothing happened to you that like altered your life to where like it would be harder to look at this man and be like, oh, can we all just move past this? It's like, all right, you caught, you know,
Well, maybe getting shot is a thing that would make you not want to move past.
No,
something.
you personally, which is fine. Like if somebody shot you personally and you don't ever want to forgive that person, like cool. But I could see where as a public, I could look at this person and be like, damn, like, well, it didn't go as far as it could have went. Like, it could have been a lot more intentional. He could have not been aiming at a foot. He could have been aiming at.
Desensitized way of thinking.
It is. I'm not trying
because
to.
that's crazy to say. Oh yeah, because somebody got shot, but it wasn't fatal. Then that everybody's fine to move on. That's insane.
I'm more so, like I said, it is at this point. I'm gonna stand on it because like I said, I'm trying to keep reiterating that I'm trying to tread lightly with my words. Like my word choice is probably coming off more desensitized than I actually am about the situation. But it's more so like, you know, like I said, these are two people that clearly, like, if he's not able to come back to the States, y'all shouldn't cross paths again. You know, y'all shouldn't cross paths again. You're not.
I mean, my girl's outside. Okay, they might cross paths in another country.
That would be on her then, cause like, but he can't.
Damn, she can't travel because she might run into him.
I didn't. I'm not saying. I'm saying like clearly he can't get to her. But she could get to him. That don't mean she can't. If she come to Canada and he find a way over to her, all right, that's on him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from the black and white scheme, it's like he can't ever get to you. You do have an option to get to him. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying there. But it's like, yo, like if he can maybe get out and get deported, that probably is at least that. I think it would be it would be insensitive if we was to just let the whole thing go. He can come back to the States, do what he want, run his movie, don't matter. Then I think we being a little like insensitive. But if it's like this didn't really get as bad as it typically gets in these kind of stories. Like these kind of stories don't end with like, oh, you got hit in your foot and like you're fine, you can walk, you can dance, you can perform, your life is not altered. I'm not gonna sit here and say mentally nothing was altered. I'm never gonna say that. But like just physically from what we can see, these situations typically have a completely different turnout, like a drastic change. Like motherfuckers end up, dead, paralyzed, whatever. Like it's in this case, take your ass back to Canada. You know what I mean? Like stay over there. Like when you came over here, you was wilding a little bit, and that's let's just say all of it's true. All right, you was wilding. Keep your ass over there. But all right, Meg, like you are clearly still able to do you as Meg. I just feel like me being 50-50 is just not wishing jail time on nobody. But I'm never gonna sit here and look at this woman and be mad at her for feeling any type of way that you got, shot by any fucking body. Your best friend Tori, whatever, random nigga on the street. I'm not mad at you if you never forgive this nigga. If it's beef between y'all two forever, I understand, like 1,000%. Like that's really all I'm getting at. But I the way it's being worded, it sounds like almost don't give a fuck. It's not that. It's just more like I do feel like there's a way we could settle this without Tory sitting in jail for almost ever as if he killed that girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was his sentence again? Like, what was the actual?
Well, it was a lot.
Well, no, it's not.
Like, my brother did 7 to 10 years for attempted murder. Like, it's like, how long did he get for shooting her in the foot?
The Tory situation, though, like, again, like, she can't put it back in a box. And this was more, I agree more with Tory going against his legal team and how the whole process was tried, because what he's charged with has nothing to do with shooting her, besides the fact that there was a gun there.
I would say, didn't he have a gun charge?
Yep.
The main thing is possessing a gun in California is the big heavy charge that's
so he's not being charged with the
Firing-
attempted murder.
firing a gun-
Probably because they wasn't able to
firing
actually
a gun
prove it, though, right?
recklessly in
weren't
the air
able
in
to prove if
California
he shot
is
her
a
or she
big
shot her.
charge, and then the last charge is a small charge for assault, but that carries the least weight. Like it's like similar to Jonathan Major, I believe. Somebody look it up, fact check me on that last one. Not the first two, but the last one is 3. That last one, but again, his team was not like, again, in this they openly say he took the gun and fired it, and then the gun was in the vehicle, and it's not the security guard, so that means the gun is yours. That means you did shoot it. And the last thing about the assault,
That's your legal team set you up. That's
like
crazy.
But again, that's part of when,
Yikes.
like, because my original statement was the Rock Nation thing, and a lot of people, again, even though they kind of debunked the fact that, like, the lady from his the lawyers from his trial has a show on Rock Nation where they're wait, sorry. Cut that out. One of the lawyers from his trial has a show that uses Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt song titles or lyrics as titles to their episodes. So it's very close tied, but again, they have debunked and said Jay-Z and Rock Nation have nothing part of the show, just the song titles. But somebody believe, I don't think it's out yet.
Somebody believes it's some inside shit.
Because
going on in his
if
legal
there's
team.
music involved, any whole music, then
Right.
he's involved. So the show hasn't come out yet, but that's part of the situation for her, for that part of this in this whole crazy debacle that's going on. But like when I bring up the title, when I bring it up, my point about bringing about the media's coverage is the fact of the matter is, at this point, far moving someone being convicted, Meg still has not, as somebody who has the public fodder that she has not been able to basically wreak the havoc of, like, she was the biggest star on the planet at that point. She won Grammys, and this situation you wouldn't think would turn her into pretty much this global hate train that whenever this stuff comes out, the voice that's celebrating her just as loud as the voice that's hating on her. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of my point in bringing it up. But on to some other stuff that happens that probably shouldn't happen. DJ Envy. So DJ Envy's whole family, I believe, were dressed up in Lil' Kim, like paying homage to Lil' Kim. But in this, his youngest daughter, because he's a big Lil' Kim fan, I believe, kids, it's not like he FaceTime Lil' Kim in the video.
He dressed up as Lil' Kim too?
No, just
no. Just the daughter. But I think they got a couple kids, right? It wasn't just the one daughter. She was a centerpiece, but it was some kid, like her son was in the background.
I don't follow DJ Envy enough to know how many kids he got. It was 3 girls. I don't know. I know the little one was his daughter. I don't know I don't know who the other 2 were. But yeah, I just feel like that was super, super cringe, especially in today's time. And at glance, you don't necessarily think it's quote unquote anything wrong with it. Or at least that's what some of the women that were responding to the comments said on the internet. But if you recall, Lil Kim has always worn suggestive pieces, number one. And number two, the lyrics were never super clean either. So you have the youngest person out here. The girl looked like she ain't older than 8, okay? Like, very young child, okay? Cut out bodycon bathing suit, like red at that. Like, I know if you from back in the day,
The
your
red and the
grandmother,
black
your mother
one.
always told you that red was colors of harlots, okay? You don't wear red. So it's bad enough you got this cut out bathing suit, and, it's very suggestive. And she's like singing the lyrics. Like, they not only dressed up, they did a actual video cover of Lil Kim's song. So she's in the video dancing, moving around, and the dancing wasn't necessarily the issue. She wasn't doing nothing crazy, but the simple fact that you're singing these words, you have on these outfits, you're literally selling sex to the camera because that's what it is. Like, look at her selling sex. Look. Now keep this on the hush. She's fucking 8.
Is that what Lil Kim was doing in the video though?
It doesn't
Bruh, Lil'
matter.
Kim-
Why would you
oh
have
my
your
God. Lil'
Kim was
eight-year-old
not
doing
eight.
Can we
that?
lower it? Because again,
Lil' Kim was not
let's
8.
not yell in this time because we're talking about kids and shit. But why, as a parent, do I have to run my life for pedophiles? So if my kid is fine, right? Let me finish my statement. Can I?
Finish.
All right. So if my household is fine with this, this is my child's friend, and my friend that my child has seen her whole life that might have an affinity for this music and this woman as being a pioneer of hip hop. On Halloween,
You letting your 8-year-old daughter do that?
on Halloween, I'm not DJ Envy. I'm not in none of this.
No, exactly.
I'm not friends with Lil' Kim.
Exactly.
It's a bunch of
no.
stretches we would have to get for this to be reasonable in my household. But in his household, where Lil' Kim might be a big factor, music might be played a lot, might contribute a
I don't
lot,
care
might
if it
come
was her
over a
fucking
lot.
mother,
Them
like-
playing a freaking doing like Jay-Z's video of like himself going through the motions, like doing a video paying homage to Lil' Kim in this way, and the fact that she is singing this song and that
Why she
being
couldn't just do the dance?
but
she
the
It's the outfit.
Why she
public
couldn't
the
just-
public
It's the
outcry for
outfit.
certain people being like, why would you put this on the internet for royals to get their hands on? To me, it's like telling that person like, yo, you can't let your kid express himself because weirdos on the internet might do it. Now, again, I'm not with posting shit. I'm not with none of this for my own personal life. But for people that post their children and make their children a focal point of their social media presence, I'm not really like, again, some lyrics y'all might should have cut around. Some outfits was kind of like, again, but
Change
it's
the
a
outfit.
child.
Don't do it.
It's a
Hey.
child. But again, we should be looking at this with no sexual intent. It's a child.
Yo, all right,
Bro,
so are
why
you
does
done?
she have
Yeah, go
that on?
So,
It's just the cringe
The simple
part.
fact that you just said
Put something
you
else
should have
on.
changed the lyrics. You should have changed the outfit. That's
No,
literally
you could have. I'm not saying you should have.
whatever.
You could have.
That's literally saying that it just shouldn't have been done. If everything about it had to be done differently, like
It's a little cringe.
literally, it was the whole family. Y'all could have picked anybody else who was a grown.
I want to pick the least person that should be sexualized here. I don't want this to be sexual.
It's not about what you want. It's about reality. And reality
It is about
kids
what
is
I want on
sexualized.
Halloween for my kids. It is.
Yo,
Like,
that
again,
literally don't make no sense. It's not
it
about
don't make no
you
sense
not
about what we
wanting
did in this
something to
household
happen,
and the
but you don't
response
have
for
no
the
control
public.
over it when you put it out to the public. That don't even make sense. You can't talk about what you want when it's it's not private. It's public. And that shit is on the internet.
Right, and they chose to do it.
Just
But I'm saying the
myself with
response,
this
calling them
equation,
bad
I ain't got no
parents.
kids.
Yes,
And
that is absolutely 1,000% bad parenting to put your 8-year-old daughter in a grown ass bodycon suit singing suggestive lyrics talking about, oh, but don't sexualize her.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is
don't
what
please-
it is.
I know you
I
gotta
mean-
be just potting. I know you gotta be just potting because don't
That's-
piss me off.
no,
That's
I don't
almost
apply
like- yeah,
any
that's almost
sexual
like-
content to children. I'm
That's
sorry.
like when everybody was. Yeah,
It's not
and,
about
I
you
mean,
though. It's not just about you. You're not the only person.
Right,
in
and
the
that's
world.
my statement started with, should this man live his life in response to what pedophiles do on the internet?
Yes, if you're
Okay,
you-
then, so that's what. So
That's
pedophiles.
almost-
what do you
so that's how
mean?
you
That's
should
almost
live.
like
That's
the
crazy.
young boy. That's almost like the young boy that that there's always public opinion about what's his name, like Lil RJ or
Yes,
the RT young
Lil
boy,
RT.
the little young boy that's coming out talking about sliding on niggas, fucking bitches, all types of shit.
Like,
And there's
that's
a reason. There's a reason it's hard for him to bubble far further than he's going, because at the end of the day, everybody's looking around like, yo, who's
Bro,
letting you
he's
do
a
this?
kid.
Yeah, who's letting you do this?
Y'all
Why
had
are
this
you
little kid doing
rapping about
20v
these things? Why are you talking about these things? You
20v1,
doing 20v1s
like,
with
gosh.
fucking
Little
Woody,
kids.
you
yeah.
doing 20v1s with fucking grown ass, like
the woman,
these
yeah.
are
No,
these
he
are
did it
weird.
with grown women and he did it with little kids his age.
All right, yeah, well, and
He did
both
both.
are weird.
and
Both are
both
weird.
and both are weird. Exactly.
Insanely
So both
cringe.
So both are weird. So within that world, even though you might have a relationship with Lil' Kim and you might be paying all of this homage, I think there was a way to pay homage without, like I said, she could have put on like maybe some shit
onesie.
that Lil' Kim would have wore at a show. That's tough though, because I don't remember Lil' Kim wearing anything that an 8-year-old would be approved
She
for
didn't-
8-year-old.
all
But
my thing is
it's
she
like if
coulda
you
wore a
could find
onesie.
the most safest thing you've seen her with, and maybe have her in that. Like maybe have her like imitate the fucking stage,
A one-piece
dance.
bathing suit.
You know
Cut
what I
the
mean?
slits
Yeah,
out.
like make it a little ha. But it is a little crazy when she and that John.
It was the outfit.
She and
it
that
was the
John
song,
dressed.
it was
Yeah,
the,
she and that John
like,
dressed in some pretty
Excuse me.
in like a grown
Risque.
matter. Yeah, she's dressed in a grown matter, and then on top of that, it's the derogatory lyrics. Like
And we
it's
in
a
the
bad
terms of
John.
Diddy, no, not
Yeah.
to get it in, but like we are as media wise, we are talking about child abductions, crates, Diddy, like
But
Yeah,
even
the
if
only-
we weren't,
fucking
though, I just feel
A
like
minors, like,
what
this is crazy
What
at this
parent
time.
in their right state of mind wants their child to be even perceived in a way? Forget anybody else. Forget all of the abductions. Forget all of the sexual trafficking. Forget all of that. What parent in their right frame of mind wants to videograph their 8-year-old child in a suggestive outfit with suggestive lyrics and put that
And
out
now
to the
that
rest
one
of the
moment
world
that
to
nobody
see?
think like, damn,
This
this
is not-
this might look
If
a
that's
little
what y'all
crazy
wanted
when
to
we
do,
post it.
You make that video and send it to Lil' Kim and call it a day. But y'all even went a step further and doubling down on it by posting this on the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
that's not crazy?
Yeah,
Hey,
that John
man,
is a
I
little.
think the main crazy point
I
is
ain't got no
creeps and
kids to
weirdos
speak
on the
on that
internet
part.
and the song lyric. At a certain point, you
Why
might
can I
want
ask
to
you
bleep.
though? Why wouldn't you do it for? You said that wouldn't be okay for you and your household. Why?
I don't even like posting my child. Like
Why
my
though?
my
Why?
child is posted because I just don't want.
Because of the creeps in the world.
No, not even just that. That's a part, but I want him to be controlled over his own presence. Like like his memories and keep
Well,
like for
she's
me.
old enough. Ada's
for
old
me,
enough, so
for-
you can ask them.
You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer. But for me, when I saw like early on Instagram, when I saw parents funding their whole kid, like using their whole kid's image to make money, sewing up the brands, like, and I just don't think
Some kids are okay with that, though.
should be your first. I think you should introduce yourself to the world in social media. I don't think your parents should be doing that for you.
I
So
feel like-
part of that is I think, and when you're old enough to be on social media, to me there should be an age limit on that too. Then you will be able to create your character on that. Now, so when you post things and like just saying like, it's a balance. Like, cause I do post my kid, but I
Yeah,
post them
so
very
that's what I was
sparingly.
about to ask you, though.
I post
So-
them very sparingly.
But
I
does
post
that make
them.
a difference though? Because you're still doing it. So that kind of goes against what you're saying as far as letting someone else be in control of how they present to the world. If you're
Well, I
doing
don't
it at
record
all.
him on videos. Most you may get is just that my child's healthy and happy. Is all I'm posting. That this is like a happy moment for me. Like, I post in the collage. There's no usually there isn't most photos. Like, I don't know. I keep it to a minimum as I can. But at some points, I do. In some of it, you do want to share your life with the people. Like, again, it's a balancing. That's why I
But
kind of
the
want to get
question
towards.
at hand
I
is,
plan on making a Finsta.
Why is that specifically not something that would be okay for you to post?
Because I am none of that. I'm not friends with Lil' Kim. My child
Oh
will
my
not be
goodness,
listening to
take the
Lil' Kim.
actual thing
You
out of
can't
it.
do that for every situation.
It is because you're
You
trying to
can't.
relate to the
I
situation that
can't
you obviously
relate.
can't relate
I
to because
can't
you don't know
relate
Lil'
though.
Kim.
I would have
So
to have. I
but
would have
that's
to.
why
My
I'm trying
child.
to make
But,
it
but
personal
you
to
want me to relate to something that my kid can't. My child will not be like if I'm FaceTiming Lil' Kim and they talking and now she's looking up her favorite artist on TikTok and singing and this is my kid loves Lil' Kim. I might have gave her some brief on who she is, on what she means to hip hop. I don't have that. Like I
All
wouldn't
right, so
do
for
that.
conversational point, let's say you do.
I'm not
because
letting
that's
my
what we're
okay,
talking about.
perfect. I'll give you an example. My kid is not listening to Joe Budden sad, depressing music forever, and then being like, "Y'all want to be Joe for Halloween?" and talk about some of the things Joe talked about in his music video because I'm a fan of Joe Budden. No,
Why?
because I'm not that person with entertainers and things. Like I don't like I'm more about the person. Like if in their career, now again, you got to get to like if my kid fell in love with Joe Budden's music and then he wanted to do this, then we're at a conflict. But I'm saying for me, the circumstances around envy and this is why it's a particularly envy situation. Because if your friend's daughter wanted to dress up as you because she sees you as such a monumental polarizing figure to her life and that you inspire her so much and she want to dress as sin, so she got on tights and a top
You
like
ain't
yours.
never seen me wear tights outside.
Well, I mean, I was
Yeah, these are these are pants that are okay for 8-year-olds to wear. So next,
Right.
I wasn't
right.
suggesting that your clothes are not for 8-year-olds. I was suggesting
but that's
that,
what we're talking about.
oh my God, yo. I was suggesting that she dressed up as you.
Right.
However, your character may be perceived.
I'm appropriate for kids to dress up like though.
Yeah, I can't find an image of Lil' Kim that's appropriate for kids. I'm sure there's one, but like Lil' Kim
Later
as
on-
the artist Lil' Kim.
Yeah, so I will say like
it's a little
as Lil'
harder
Kim
to-
now, yes, absolutely. Because now she's wearing pants and
Right.
full blazers and stuff when she comes to
Right.
perform and stuff like that. Whatever. The point is,
She got the sand armor on with the
I'm
shoulders.
crying. Yeah, like she got
Yeah.
shoulder pads, everything. She fully covered nowadays. She got steel toe boots at this point.
Right.
Fully covered today. You could have did something like that.
Definitely
You
coulda.
coulda
Yeah,
did
that's what
something
I was
like
saying. You
that.
coulda threw that
Why
on
you
and-
got this little girl in this little like she don't got no clothes on. She don't got no clothes on. Talking about
She
something.
could have said,
Keep this
"Put your
on
right
the-
hand up, put your left hand up." She could have.
Literally
You could have. I ain't gonna
anything.
lie. There was a
It was
window to
ways-
not do that.
exactly,
Yeah, there
and
was
that's-
a window. There
that's
was
the
definitely a
point about
window
it.
to
It's
not do
about,
that. Fan or
oh,
not.
I'm not going to let my
Yeah.
child not be appreciative of her favorite artist. No, it's not about that. You very well could have still did that. You could have dressed up like her in a different way. You could have did a different song or a different part with different lyrics. Like you could have did something
Yeah.
that was not sexual.
You could
Lil'
have
Kim is
definitely
not always
represented- yeah,
sexual.
you could have let your
She
8-year-old
definitely got
represent
bars.
her.
She got songs where
Yeah.
it's pure bars. It's not like you could have did this differently, and that's the point.
He could have
that's
did a
for
mashup.
sure.
And that would have been a fun ass joint.
Exactly.
Whatever. It's whatever. That had been that high
Having
energy.
Baby girl come
She
out and
coulda
do
had
some
a-
real
yeah,
bars.
She could have right. That could have
would've
been a good
like,
little
oh, that
joint.
was
Like,
lit.
Yeah.
But no.
wait,
you went
hold
ahead-
on, wait. I'm drawing. Ain't that Remy Ma?
It is, but I was gonna let you.
Why
live.
was you gonna keep letting me do that?
It's cool.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's-
I ain't
I
gonna
was just gonna
lie.
let you
No,
live.
that was shady. That's crazy. Like, why would you, I had to think. I'm like, no, but she do got a joint. I'm trying, like, she do got a joint that's like, that's.
But she has a lot of music
I'm
that's
trying.
not.
I'm about to look up some
that.
Lil' Kim singles. I can't believe you just sit here and let me on goddamn 4K camera.
Well, yeah,
sit here
so-
and-
Put
I
your
mean-
lighters up.
With that
I mean,
topic,
yeah,
man.
even
That's her? Okay,
Even
all
that,
right,
definitely
same,
Praise.
same goddamn shit. That's why I got it
Praise
mixed
to
up.
all
I'm like,
involved.
No matter
I
what,
know
definitely
she
put
told me
your
to put a lighter up
lighters
before.
up.
Like, I know
You
she
just put
told me.
something up.
I thought she
What's
told
your
me
right
put
hand?
something in the air
What's
before.
your right hand?
She
But
said,
like-
Cali.
Right, it wasn't
your
always
lighters
seduction,
up.
like, you know what I mean?
Jamaica. She
Put
was
your
she was
lighters
giving
up.
props to cities.
No matter
you
where
could have
you're
did
from.
that.
Yeah,
She was giving
like,
props
yeah,
to states,
for sure.
to countries.
That's
She
my
listen.
shit.
The only thing I can say is like,
He could have
this
did a
is just me-
mashup.
This is just me speaking for, I guess, the girl. I would hope that maybe that might have gave her some type of like creative growth in the future. Like maybe, and I'm asking a lot for an 8-year-old. Like hopefully, like this might
Depending
not.
on the 8-year-old.
You know, like yeah, like
Being a girl
hopefully
that
this,
if you was in that predicament,
fuck no,
okay,
that shit over.
Off the rip, because it's
yeah,
weird.
that shit
'Cause
over.
it's
I'm gonna
weird.
ask you.
Like, if-
I'ma
if
ask,
all the stipulations
I'ma sit
that
you
he
down and
has
show you
is
so
on
many
you.
other ways that we can represent Lil' Kim. It's like,
And
oh, we can rep her.
it's
That's really, you really
morality.
fuck
I
her
feel
like
like
that.
it's morality because for me as a parent, I do not allow my son to play with toy guns. There is nothing toy about a gun. If you ever see mommy have to pull out a gun, baby, it ain't for fun. Okay. I don't want that. There's no correlation here of, hey, this is pretend we're going to do this, but like a real one is not for pretend. I don't care of the difference. I don't care that, yes, this is a toy. It could be for water. It could be for darts. It could be for whatever. No, because morality, it's not something to utilize for fun. It's not something you play with. No. And I feel like that's the same ideology when it comes to dress up. Like, no, I'm not allowing my child to dress up in any manner that I don't want them to be depicted. No. Just no. Flat out, no.
Yeah,
Copy.
for
Any
sure.
thoughts, JJ? And JJ's here, guys.
I think it come down to a matter of culture at the like all the time with things like this. I think that like as adults we make like fake lines, like fantasy lines, like this is what's for adults and this is for kids, but like the kids do what the adults do, period. So like if we playing Sexy Red, if we playing whatever, if that's predominant in the culture, then don't think the kids are not. Like whether they doing it when they with
when
you
you
or when they not.
coaching and producing it versus them just hearing the song and singing it back on their own is something completely different, JJ.
And I ain't gonna hold you.
This what I'm saying though. Like in schools or like because I've been around a lot of youth for a lot of time. I was just at the what's the City Girls? Who's the two of them?
Carisha and JT.
Carisha.
JT. So I was
Young
at
Miami, but JT.
yeah,
I mean,
I was at the JT concert and it was all these little girls there and they knew JT word for word,
Insane.
saying all
Cause
this.
JT coming.
Yeah,
JT
they were
coming,
just like
JT,
that. But I'm looking
JT,
around,
JT coming.
like
Are you
these are
crazy?
kids. Like these are kids. So it's like, to me, it doesn't make sense to be like this is like no, you're a child, you shouldn't be. But as a parent,
But
that's
are
what
you equating that kids singing JT lyrics are equivalent to dressing your own child up in suggestive clothing
JT.
and then actually having them do the video shoot of suggestive songs is the same thing?
And we gotta remember the age group that we're talking about.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
We're
I got
not
examples
talking
for y'all.
about 13
Like, I can definitely speak
and
on
up.
this just
We're
off
talking
experience.
about lower than 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that in reality, there's no line between what's for adults and what's for kids.
Yes,
When
it
it comes to
Yeah.
singing the song.
it's
But
not.
if you're going to actually put your child on
on the radio when if we're say
If we're all
we
in a-
having a party, right, and it's kids allowed at the party, right, we're not telling the DJ you might take out the words, you might take out the cusses, but you're not saying don't play the song.
they're still playing the
So,
song.
so for
But
me,
the song
as
is
in
not
the
what's
we
wrong
know,
in this.
I'm not playing that type of music
Well,
at
okay.
kids' party. So
I
like,
don't necessarily
no.
see the song
I'm saying
wrong.
like I'm saying
I
like
see the outfit being wrong.
at parties at where in the culture we play the popular music.
Right.
The popular music
And
is
again,
highly sexualized.
well, we is suggestive too because
Right.
like it depends
Right.
on the people we're talking about. Like I said, if there's anything involving children that I'm facilitating, you're not hearing that kind of music.
And also
You're just
back in the
not.
day, I know today is a little different. Today, most artists don't even really drop a like
Clean
a-
version.
Yeah,
They
don't even have
they don't
a
really
clean
drop a
version.
clean version all the time. But that's kind of because radio is dying. But back in the day, those clean versions, like
Were the ones
as
that
a
play.
child, you had to hear the dirty version, like, oh shit,
That's what they
was
say,
saying. Like,
exactly.
you had to
Okay,
find
yes.
that.
Find it, yeah.
So,
Yes,
but what
agreed.
I say from experience though, like knowing that your kids may have access to this versus supporting it is two different things. Like my mom knew for a fact that I might have been, playing shit like Grand Theft Auto. Let my mom had found out I'm running around thinking I'm Franklin and them from Grand Theft Auto. Absolutely not. Now you got to be okay with if you put this in front of your kid's face, it might
That's a big-
influence them.
yeah.
It could come with that. But like I'll say like, all right, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she like listening to certain artists that I know like they talking about shit that I wouldn't want to like. Wouldn't necessarily want you to hear. I know I can't hide this from you, so I'm not necessarily stopping you. And I know at my age, I know what I was listening to around that time too. But I'd be damned if me and you in the car and I'm about to play this shit. Like, we listen
Yeah.
to certain people where it's like, oh, I know you like Tyler. All right, cool. We'll listen to Tyler. We might listen to a little Frank. We start getting to the Brent Fires and them, and I'm like, all right, hold on, slow your brakes, little girl. You got a little too much dip on your chip. But I'm sure when I walk away,
Yeah,
you gonna
she
jump
can
on
listen
Apple
to-
Music and
yeah.
play some Brent. I'm not gonna sit here and hover over you and be like, this is what you.
Can and can't listen
I make
to.
it clear, like, yo, this is all entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, this is shit that's not, necessarily for you at that age. But at my age, like, I was younger than him, listening to Eminem talking about doing crazy shit to his fucking
Mom.
baby mom,
But yeah.
all that, like, wild shit. So it's like, I'm not gonna sit here, and that didn't make me act weird to my mom. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just cause that's what they involved in, don't mean that's what they listening to. I mean, what they gonna do? But as a parent, it is your job to give them. It's not you're
Guidance.
not you're not necessarily
Information and
you're not
guidance,
supposed to
yes.
hide everything from them. But whatever they do end up finding, you are supposed to help guide them with like just the correct information on how to go about it. I had somebody and her friends. Play. They was just playing music on like some like whatever. They playing on shuffle. Pussy Talk come on by fucking Sweetie. And nobody in the room was aware enough to say something until I look over and see my little 8-year-old like this. She over there and she hitting the Dougie. I'm like, yo, don't nobody in here fucking peep. It's a kid in here. Like I had to be and it's not even like, yo, I'm pretty sure she's heard that song.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's heard that
But
song.
not today,
I'd be
not-
damned
not
if
in front of me.
I'd be damned if we all gonna be in this room cool with her
Yeah.
in the background just hitting a Dougie to fucking pussy talk. It's like, no, you better hear that when you sneaking around with your friends on YouTube going through songs that
All
y'all
right.
probably shouldn't hear. It's not gonna happen under my watch.
But don't
I
they
agree
just
on that,
promote a
but-
culture of secrets? Like
So
being-
let me-
Not really.
I got
No.
you.
Not-
So
not-
I
not-
do
not-
agree.
not-
I
not
agree
gonna
on
put
both.
you.
I agree on both points. I do agree on the fact that some parents, and respect to them, that they don't play certain music. But I do agree on the fact that some, regardless of where you at, your kid might hear the song. But at the end of the day, the parent is not visually portraying them as this. Like, you can dance all you fucking want to in private. You can sing the song all you fucking want to. If you want to make a video, go ahead. Make a video of your face singing the song. It's a song you're going to sing regardless. We all sing the song.
I wanted
But
to
for
answer your
you
question
to
too, bro, so don't
visually
forget
put
that,
your
John.
daughter in a bathing suit cutout and like record her and stuff, that's a little cringe. It's weird. Nobody's
and
doing
what
that.
makes it? What
Okay.
go ahead.
My
you go
bad.
first.
I do remember your question. I think what creates that secrecy is the opposite. Like parents that are too strict, parents that are trying to hide too much from the
Yeah.
kid because then they can't be them.
Yeah.
Now they gotta like go outside of. We always made the joke that like the ones with the strictest parents was some of the sneakiest
They
ones.
are.
And a lot of the times that's because they don't really feel. They don't feel secure about being themselves around their parents because their parents is so big on. They so quick to panic when a kid is introduced to some typical life shit, whether it be
Yeah.
something sexual, whether it be like drug related, whatever, some shit
Anything.
that they're
Even
going to,
profanity.
right,
Like,
right. Some
anything.
shit that they're going
Yep.
to run into. Parents be, especially back in the day, was so quick to like try to hide that now, yes, your kid is sneaking around. Where I've noticed the ones who weren't so sneaky were the ones who had open dialogue with their parents, the ones who could come to their parent and might say they doing some wrong shit, and that don't mean the parent was like, yeah, high five. But they open it up to where the parent can sit them down and be like, all right, bro, I hear you,
I
but
done
you might
had-
want to go about it maybe like this.
I
or,
done had some friends, and I'm not even gonna say friends. I done had some associates that I didn't sat in a room with their parent and they cursing their parent, like cursing. I look at my mom, I could never. You crazy?
yeah, now that's respect. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
even.
balance.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
it's
a whole
not even
different
respect.
thing. Yeah. Right.
That's their dynamic. That's
Yeah.
not the
Right.
respect. That's their dynamic. That she
Do you
is
mean like
open enough.
disrespectfully cussing around? Or
No.
like,
Or just cussing,
She
they
is
period.
cool.
open
Okay,
enough
they just
to allow
cool.
her
All
child to curse
No,
because she curses.
I thought you meant like white
they
people.
curse.
I thought you
But-
meant like white people.
Yeah,
cussing.
like you talking about
No,
disrespectful
like
cursing.
say,
Yeah.
like say,
Fuck you, man. Like, I thought you meant like that. I'm like, damn.
Like no, like yeah, fuck that bitch. Like yeah, da 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 da. But ma, yeah, I was just
Okay,
talking about
right.
da da da. But fuck that hoe. Like that's a like
Right.
I could never. Like I'm looking at you like damn, you crazy. You
But do you
about to
feel
get
like
smacked.
you was able to go to your
Oh no,
mom with certain...
I was a I was a strict on my mom's side, lenient on my dad's side type of kid. So I had the little bit of the best of both worlds. I've seen the super strict on both side kids. They are the ones that usually crash out when they go to college on their own. But
So yeah, that's why I
yeah.
think it's a balance. It's a balance in both. You can't be too lenient. You can't be too strict. I've seen both turn kids up in different ways.
Yeah, like
For
you want to
sure.
be open with your kids where they're not scared to be them, but you also want to be
You don't
the
be putting their
adult.
coochie on Instagram either,
you
though.
also want to remember that you are their first
Their parent.
source of guidance. Like you are literally
And
their
protection.
first source of guidance. So it's like when it comes down to that, there are times where you do got to speak up. Like, all right, look, I know we was having fun, but like you got a little too much dip on your chip. I'm just letting you know, type shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have to put the foot down. Like I said, same thing I said with my kid. Like I didn't sit here. I didn't learn that she listens to Brent Fires and panicked and was like, you ain't listening to that shit no more. You already heard it. You already heard the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already played that shit. But it's like, all right, now it's time to, you know what I mean, maybe have that talk and make sure you ain't on TikTok making little videos with Brent Fires in the background and all. It's like, no, we gonna slow your roll. Like, cool. That's the shit that you be into, but here's how you gonna carry it. Just because you still a child at the end of the day. When you become, and I ain't gonna lie, my favorite thing is, and them grades better be good.
Tell you.
Them grades ain't good. This shit gonna be a penitentiary. You
And
gonna
it
be
would have
sick.
been different if
It's
she
gonna be a
did it
whole lot of
herself.
control
Like we
going on.
always that
I
kid
ain't
that took
gonna hold you.
videos and sung songs in a mirror on a camera and shit like that. Now she did it herself, it'd be like, all right, you really a fan. This is her dad. Like
Yeah, right, and that too. Like if she would have made that, that would have been some. First of all, I'd have been like, how did you even pull all that off?
But
You know,
there is a group of
but it's
kids that's doing that, like, oh, shit, y'all know
I ain't
these
gonna
old
lie.
ass songs?
If my kids would have did that on their own,
I'd
though,
have been
I
proud
was
for
like,
the production.
I would have checked them, but I'd have been
Proud for
like,
the production of
I'd
it.
have been like, I'd have checked them, but I'd have been like, all right.
I don't want to stand this longer, but now so what if you catch them doing it and now you are DJ Envy
That's what I'm
and can
saying.
turn
The
it
problem
up?
isn't like
We still not putting this
denounce
shit
the
out.
whole thing if the whole thing
But I'm
is
proud
wrong.
of y'all. Well, what
You
how,
said-
how else can we redo?
I
How
only
can we
find
redo
wrong
this?
in the outfit.
But I'm
Yeah,
proud of y'all. We
my
gonna
problem
get
is
we.
my
My
problem-
different than
no.
if she wants to be a cheerleader, if she wants to
No,
run
no, no,
track.
no, 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 no. You
different.
crazy.
A cheerleading
You
outfit is
crazy.
not
A
different than
cheerleader
what you just had
outfit.
on.
Go to
A
youth check.
cheerleading
Well,
outfit.
I was a
Well,
cheerleader.
I
all
was a
my
cheerleader
life.
too.
hey,
A
go to-
cheerleader
okay,
outfit
I was
is
at track.
completely
Well, hold on.
different.
Go to youth
This
check.
whole episode is not going to be on a
I've been to-
child
I was a
dressing.
youth track- I
Let's
was a youth track
progressive
runner. So
then you
conversation.
wore little
we'll,
shorts and a
we'll
little-
come back because I have a
Compression
Halloween
shorts are
costume
different than
topic.
little ass
Skirts
shorts.
We'll come
and a
back.
top,
Moving
not a
forward-
bathing suit.
Compression
Moving
shorts
forward,
are
we're
different
going to
than
get into.
Fuck all that.
Speaking of
Compression shorts are
penitentiary-
different than a little ass
Speaking of
short.
penitentiary-
These are not
You're-
jean
you
shorts.
gotta
get off the
Compression
wall.
shorts are
She
meant
was
for
wearing the same
running.
thing you
These
would
are
wear if you was-
no, like you're
That,
not. We
no,
not.
that's not.
these
That was
not,
some
like-
body
If you was a
condoms.
little
This
athlete,
episode
like,
is tight.
No, you do not wear that as an athlete.
I
Parents.
seen
Yo.
plenty of little girls in
I
little
tried.
tights and all that. Like that's
She didn't
part
have
of it.
on little tights.
That was what she was wearing.
She
They-
had a
on no
bathing suit
tights.
with slits in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
She
the
didn't have
same
on no
thing. You go
tights.
to the beach is little, like it's the same thing.
Bruh, these are not on
Nah,
camera.
it's a little
These are
In
with
here
their parents.
singing sexually suggestive songs while they have on these bathing suits.
Yeah.
And
Right,
they wearing
9
it
times out of
for-
10, you don't see them girls with that kind of bathing suit on either.
Hell
way.
no.
So, like, let's
Right.
clear
Most
that.
times you're gonna see an 8-year-old in a onesie.
In a onesie, you might get
In a
lucky.
onesie.
You might get a little-
with
almost
with
might
maybe
get lucky.
That was
a
crazy.
little
No
cut,
Diddy.
but it ain't 1, 2, 3 on ass.
Yeah,
You got me
yeah, I ain't
crazy.
gonna hold you.
Chinchilla.
These
I would,
kids
I
be
would
wearing
flip if I
whatever.
saw my. I would
Crazy.
flip if I saw my kid in some
would
crazy
flip
like
if I seen it.
two-piece little joint and she's 7. Like it's like nah, we not doing. She's 6. I'm
These
already.
kids be wearing whatever they want. Like it's
So
a
they
part
be
of
wearing
the-
whatever their parents allow them to wear.
it's
But
a
we gonna
part-
make that
it's
clear.
a part of the
Yeah.
whole thing though. So I feel like if the issue is what
Just
you
don't add
wearing
the track shorts in
because of how other people see you, like because
Shout
of
out
the
to
outside
Track.
perception of what you're wearing, then the issue isn't with what you're wearing; it's with the people that you can't control.
Nah, I mean I hear that too. I just,
Similar,
yeah.
similar thing, but yeah, moving on. So, fresh out the penitentiary, back to Thugger for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, y'all got
fresh
that.
out the penitentiary, and the old thing. A lot of females went right to Mariah Scientist's page, like, oh my God, so excited. So in the middle of her show, she like, come on, y'all, let me get through it so I get on the jet. Then reports come out, and again, this could be cock sources, this could be Central News, but a report came out and her close friend saying like, damn, you went to go see another bitch and not with me. So I wanted to ask y'all, is in
Do
that
Thug got kids?
situation, yes,
Okay.
a lot. So in that situation, do you think it's Thug's responsibility to make sure Mariah feels secure in where he moves when he's fresh out of jail, or should it just be like, hey, what's going on? It's all new, all word for. Give me a second, like give it a second, like
How we don't know he ain't had this conversation with her before he got released? They always on the phone.
Well, he was saying that she came out and complained.
She came out,
So
yeah.
she
It
came
was
out
a
and-
report of her screenshot of her close friends saying could be cock sources, but we're gonna talk about it because it did some numbers.
Right.
That it real shit.
Yeah, he's so
It could be
funny.
cock
Be
sources,
honest.
but until she come out and rebuke it, this is primetime news, and I'm asking y'all how y'all
Man,
feel
if that
about.
man got other kids, he probably went to go see one of his baby moms.
I'm sorry, what was the exact question?
I doubt it.
And I
They
respect
could
it.
have. but
I
don't know.
respect it.
It's
I
a
don't even
thug's
give a fuck what
responsibility
he
to make
did.
sure Mariah
out.
feels secure in his
Fuck you,
decisions
Mariah.
that he makes
Like-
once he got out.
He's out.
Feel secure and
Don't really
what?
The
care.
decisions he made, like I'm not putting a Thug with cheating, but let's say he did go see another baby mom or go see another kids or went to the closest place possible to take a shower, like whatever his decision is it his responsibility to make sure Mariah feels secure?
They're dating?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been
Yes.
dating.
Absolutely.
She been holding him
Yeah.
down since his whole big.
Like, no, I mean, I'm saying though, it's like, it's regardless of whatever, because people like to play on like the whole marriage thing. Like, I don't care if you're married or not. If you are dating someone, you do have that
If y'all
responsibility.
emotionally investing into each other on that type of level,
Yes,
then
you
yeah,
do
there
need
is
to let
something,
me
yeah,
know, like,
don't make
hey,
me like a fool. That's
babe,
my
like, I'm-
biggest thing.
Plus,
I'm
I don't-
getting
we
out.
don't
No,
know
you
what
making
they
you like a
said.
fool because I ain't say anything.
You right. You right.
Yeah,
you right.
that's
I will
cra-
give you
I
that.
didn't see
I will
that.
give you that.
That's
you made
great.
me feel like a fool. But you
It was
made
a
me
screenshot
you
from
made,
her.
You made me
It was
feel.
a
don't
screenshot
make
from
me feel
allegedly
like
her
a
close
fool.
friends.
But you're
saying
right
that.
though.
It was a screenshot saying what?
He went to
that
go
he's
see
another
another
You're
girl.
gonna
bitch.
see another bitch and not me, basically.
You trying
Like,
to
it
pull
was
that.
just like, damn.
Was said other bitch one of the mothers of his
That's
children?
what I said.
No,
Was
no,
it one of his
no.
baby
Yeah,
moms?
We all. This is cock sources. He's home fresh. He ain't doing no talking.
And
She
honestly,
probably with
you're
him now.
with him now.
Ain't doing much
so
of talking.
why do we care?
But in a situation, it's not a care. I'm just talking about
Right,
the,
we
the
fine.
responsibility.
Yes.
No, I'm
Because
talking about
if I'm
media,
fresh out of
Karen,
jail,
not us.
I got you.
if I'm
Yeah,
fresh
I'm
out
not
of
talking about
jail,
us. I'm talking
like
about
as
media,
somebody who's
Karen.
been fresh out of
That's
jail,
media, man.
you might just want to get to the closest place you can to breathe. Like it's a different level of fucking
I
breathe.
might want to
Like
go see my kids.
for some unreal shit, especially when you get out when you didn't expect to for a certain time. It's like, oh, nigga might be saying you might got sick for 2 weeks and you home. You might just run to the closest thing you can get to. You, Mariah, you in a whole nother state performing. You're further from me. I might just go somewhere to fucking take a shower. Like, think about like, just breathe, maybe cry, shit,
nigga got a
nigga.
home.
After this bit,
He got a home.
Yeah,
He can't go to
the
it.
responsibility
He can't go to his
is,
own
is
home yet.
no, his
in
home is in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
He can't go back.
Oh,
He can't go back to Atlanta.
So where he at?
That
That was a crazy
I don't know
question.
where
That
he's at.
sounded crazy. Where
Yeah,
he
I
at?
don't know
Or
where
that
he
I don't know
sounded
where he at,
crazy.
but
So,
the
but yeah,
judge
I
was
can-
great though. He can travel where he
I
wants to
just-
travel.
I can
so.
get that being a thing. Like, let's say, just for conversational purposes, that he was released in North Carolina and he had a friend in North Carolina and he just went to that friend who lives in North Carolina instead of
Right.
going to her. I don't think that is an issue, but I think proper communication is what is needed in any situation. So, like, babe, yo, I'm so happy. I can't wait to see you. I'm out. I'm gonna stay at such and such crib real quick. I just need to go
Right.
shower, lay down, da. I'm on the first thing smoking when I could get to you. That's what you need to do.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
It
it.
sound like
I do agree on that, but being that they both are like so-called high media, well, I'm saying that for her, but being that they are in the spotlight, he might have not had time, and she might have not like been thinking of it like that. Mind you, the whole time you're doing a show, and he just got released. He's probably already know you doing the show. Like it's so many factors that can go into this. On why communication wasn't there, on why this was that. But at the end of the day, y'all are together. Y'all are happy. The boy is out. Have fun. Love life. Like, leave it
Yeah.
there.
I mean, did you have more on that?
yeah,
Or-
all y'all that little extra shit going on with the who might have had who at what.
Like we all know she not leaving this man. She
Hopefully
went
it
on.
is-
She was on a
Hopefully,
a
is
podcast.
what you said is just some like
It's like,
trolling shit and not, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Hopefully is that.
to him on the
Hopefully
jail
is
call.
not. Like,
Somebody trying to make a name of themselves. out
But
of
you
this
know,
shit.
hey, I ain't gonna lie, that shit do get complicated when you holding somebody down from jail. It just consistently. That don't mean it's right.
Yeah,
but
she is
consistently,
emotionally tied.
when you hold a nigga down from jail, that shit be coming with some complications.
Yeah,
and
she's
when a man
emotionally
come,
tied down.
when a man
Yeah.
come fresh home from
For
like
sure.
you know being especially somebody of his status, where I'm sure you had all types of access to women, and then it was like now you have no access. It's like I'm sure like hey.
Well, speaking of access, I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry, it was too good of a transition. My next topic and question is kind of about keys to the city, which
Oh,
is
shit.
the key access CEO did there. But it's
to
been
Wayne.
kind of like a big thing for our culture in the last probably couple years of a lot of our celebrities receiving keys to their city, different cities, and I wanted to know how y'all feel about because like now all Diddy's keys are being rescinded. Dirk just got the keys to the city.
Wayne
now
got
got
his.
Burke. Wayne just got his at the got a Wayne Day. Shout out to I was gonna get to the Wayne Fest. Well, I mean, what's it called? Can I get the correct name for the Wayne Fest? It's
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Thank you
Yes.
for the Louisiana Festival.
This is Louisiana, baby.
He got a key.
I
So
will be
like,
trying to be
is
there.
this trying to like try hip hop kind of culture to politics in our city? Think like, what's the reason?
Well,
Nobody know the
hip-hop
reason.
never been tied to
Hip-hop
Why do you
politics.
why do you get a
but-
key to a
but-
city?
Well, not to answer that one because
Why
I don't
is
know.
it- why-
I don't think
when was
for
hip-hop
hip hop.
never
Somebody look that up for me,
I don't know
please.
why for hip
I
hop
got
you get a
you.
key
I
to
can
a
answer
city,
this.
but I know like typically when they give keys to cities in general to people, it's typically because you've done something for that community,
Community.
that you're in.
Yeah.
It's similar to getting a street named after you in that sense. But
For sure.
I do feel like
Okay.
tying community, tying politics to hip hop is great because it's something that I did want to touch on as far as endorsements for this election right now. I really cannot wait till next week when this shit is over with, number one. But number two,
You spam callers.
y'all know how
Count
I feel
your
about
days.
Miss Candace, child. Miss Candace Owens. And she recently talked about, there was a lot of people doing endorsements lately. Cardi did an endorsement, which a lot of people had things to say about her. But, like, if you knew Cardi, like, I've been following Cardi for years before she even did Love and Hip Hop and all that. She's always been vocal about
Yeah.
politics in some
She
form
has
or
always
fashion.
been an
That's always
advocate.
been her thing.
Always an advocate.
But we got a endorsement that literally broke the internet, which was Sexy Red. And it was just so crazy. And I think that honestly, like maybe the one thing that I did agree with Candace was that this might really change the whole entire trajectory of the election. With Cardi too, but with Cardi and Sexy Red endorsing Kamala, it's just like, yo,
Right.
What are you doing?
You gonna have people that don't know shit about what the fuck going on.
Not even
and ready
that.
to
You're
vote now.
stooping down to Trump level. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yo, what
No,
are we doing? Wait. Let's not.
That's not where I was going with that.
Y'all went
Right.
completely.
Yeah, I
Big
about
up
to
to
say,
Sexy
I was
Red,
saying
big up
the
to
good-
Cardi
yeah,
B.
Yeah, I was saying
It's
the
a
good
lot of
way,
ill-related
yeah.
motherfuckers not understanding anything.
I
Can I
It's
borrow that,
niggas.
OJ?
It's niggas right now on the street
look
still saying
like-
Trump gave him stimmy checks and Trump put money in
Right.
his pocket. None of that shit is
Well,
true.
but hear me
It's a
out though. Even
fucking
with that,
fake.
which is why I'm not opposed
That's
to
what I
people
mean.
who don't know what they're talking about staying home, because you have to understand first. You have to know how to properly read the ballot. You have to know how to properly assess it, and then you have to know what to pick. Now, English is, quote unquote, one of the easiest languages to learn. Unfortunately, we have oh, is that the mango one? You said
No,
Yeah, this ain't nothing but orange juice.
you said pass me. You said let
No,
me
I
see.
did
That.
one day. Yeah, I just thought it was infused.
Oh no.
That shit not.
Oh, okay. I
alright.
thought I passed you the mango one, but I said I was
I
like,
made
oh
a
wait,
little
that was
mix.
the
You know what I'm
That shit straight
saying?
from
You
the
know
orange
what I'm
tree.
saying?
I borrowed some of
Shit
that
from the
champagne.
orange tree.
Right.
I say, you mind grabbing another one?
I borrowed some of that
This
champagne.
bottle about me, though.
Wow.
No.
But
Yes,
no,
you mind. So no, you don't mind, or no,
man,
you
what the
mind?
fuck was we saying though?
Yeah, I was saying that I think that with this whole thing of people getting other people to vote, I think that you have to be careful with sending people in these polls who know nothing about these polls.
Right.
Because everybody's whole thing is, I need everybody to vote. And the reality is, no, you don't. Because there's a lot of people, no, and I'm being so serious.
I know what you mean,
There's a
yeah,
lot of
right.
people who don't even
Right.
know how to read these ballots. Like,
Yeah.
and I was basically saying literacy in America, period, is like 52% below what it needs to
Correct.
be.
Right.
So when we're so encouraged for people to get out here and vote, or just vote blindly at this point, because that's what you're saying. Hey, matter of fact, I know you don't know what's going on, but vote blue. Hey, I know you don't know what's going on, but vote red. No, you need to understand the way these questions are asked, because
We need
you're
to encourage
directly
learning
responsible.
about
Because it's not just the
about
presidency.
exactly what
When you
voting
get into
for.
these
Yeah,
polls, you're
right.
not just voting for the president. So like whatever that is, however you feel about voting for the president, who you want to vote for, whatever, that's your business. I don't care about that. But when you get into electing these things into play that are directly affecting your community right now, like what you vote today is going to literally affect you before the end of this year.
Right.
And the question says something to the effect of, do we need to not allow something to happen that should happen next year, but maybe no? And you're like, select yes for no.
Right.
How do you read that? How do you interpret that? You don't know, because you don't even know how to properly
Right.
like you don't even know how to determine regular
You don't even know how to
English.
comprehend with that.
Let
right.
alone the trick questions, because if anybody has been in a poll and has read the ballots, you know that's exactly how that goes.
Yeah.
Those questions are not just worded flat out.
Right,
Hell
some
no.
trick Jones
These
in
are
there.
questions that you really have to understand literacy to know how to read and vote the way you
Right.
want to vote.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's why I feel like these, respectfully, love that,
I mean,
people
not
who
everybody
follow
take
people who are
really heed
now
into the election
into
either.
politics. Cool. My thing is, if you are going to vote, do yourself a favor, do your community a favor, do your due diligence, and make sure you understand literacy.
And what
Right.
she means
Sure.
by
But
that is
also,
the whole
I wanna
entire
say-
ballot, not just the presidency. The
Yeah,
whole
that's what I
entire
said,
ballot.
yeah.
Yes.
Right, but also for this type of election and this type of race where the right wing side is most of the illiterate motherfuckers who can't read, I do need the motherfuckers who might not be the most educated to still understand that you need to vote in this election, because it's a pivotal moment for the world. Like again, like this man has literally talked about fucking changing so he could be a dictator for the next
Right.
40 years.
I think she more so. I feel like
I know. Again, I'm bringing it back to what she was saying, and I do agree with her saying that you should understand more, do your research about the whole process you're involved in, just how you vote, what you voting for, what it matter. Then go through each policies, what their plans are. Where do they fit in this system? How many representatives in your area contribute to what's going on in the certain House of Representatives and certain thing that you're voting for. But also still, in these type things, when somebody's talking about getting rid of the Department of Education, so you might not ever hear about learning this shit again.
Yeah, that's the crazy
I think
part.
you
When
should
he
bring your
said
ass to the
that he
poll.
don't wanna-
Hey,
he don't
if
want
your
them
name can
teaching
only get the
slavery.
Kamala right, at least you fucking got it right.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I'll worry about education y'all next year.
Yeah, that's
the only
crazy.
part,
I'm sorry.
the only part where I can clearly agree with Sin is like, all right, you think about the people that you brought up that all think that Trump gave us stimulus checks. You tell them to go out and vote. ignorantly,
vote for Trump
yeah,
because
like
they think
ignorantly,
he
you
gave
do
us
got
them.
people,
He
yeah,
think
like
they gonna
I ain't
get
gonna
them
hold you,
again.
yeah, like ignorant.
They don't even think
I
they
got
gonna
women
get-
that's
they
like
gonna
in
get
my
stimmy
circle that's
again.
ignorant to politics that endorse Trump, not necessarily knowing what they was saying, and it's somebody that's legally allowed to
As
vote.
a-
Somebody, so that's where I can hear where you jokingly say like some of y'all like, yeah, you really don't need everybody to vote. I know in black and white it sounds like what everybody needs to vote, but when you break down the black and white, it's like no, it's certain people out here that really don't know exactly what they voting
What's
for.
going on.
You might not believe in anything else that Trump believes in, but you know that he was president when we was getting stimulus checks, and you think that's all that matters to get that vote. There's people like that's who I hear Sin
He already
talking
getting
to.
them people though.
That's
what
cool,
I'm saying.
but that's who I hear Sin talking to, because I know people that's saying that's not going to vote.
Yeah.
I for sure know people that's like, yeah, Trump gave us stimmies, we need them stimmies again, and they've never voted
never
in
been
their
in a
life.
poll a day in
They're
their
not
life.
going to vote this year. They might not vote 4 years from now. So I feel like when I hear that, I hear she's talking to them. Like, it's like I hear them when it's like, no, keep your ass home. Because you don't even know exactly what you voting for, and you about to fuck around and vote for the complete opposite of what you would actually want if you sat down and learned what both parties got going on.
Yeah, and
Now,
I agree. That's why I said but for this election, where the right wing has more illiterate people voting for them, let's be real. The rural parts of
I think
America
our illiterate
who don't
people
have
might vote for Trump too. Is what I'm
And
what I'm
that's
responding
the
to.
thing.
that's the point of why you go get the Sexy Red, why you go get the Cardi B to the original statement to kind of endorse
You
a
right.
different
That
way
just
of
made me-
thinking.
it made me
But,
laugh,
but
like,
hear
you-
me out though. So my thing is
like,
this though. I feel like
the way that came on was
the
just funny, but you
endorsement
right.
thing, like, I just feel like, well, let me ask you a question then in this. If your favorite artist endorses the opposite of what you're choosing, does that change your mind?
No.
Okay, so this is why I
He's
don't
not,
even...
but he's not the people we're talking to. We're talking to the 18-year-old
only thing
who's
I-
been listening to Sexy Red nonstop since she came out when she was a kid. Just turned
the
her
only
age to
thing that I
vote.
say-
Might go and be like, yeah, I'm voting with Sexy.
The only
That's
thing
who
that
we're
I
talking
say
to.
that if there was somebody that I had like a high appreciation for that went the opposite, I might at least be like, why? Like I might let me dig deeper into this
I
political
can
party.
definitely know why.
and
I know
see
why people
where,
are voting
right.
for red. I know why people are voting
No,
for blue.
I was
That
just speaking on like the hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like if it was somebody that I looked at from a high fashion and they went the opposite, even if I stuck with mine, that might make me dig deeper on the other side of like, all right, well, what the fuck is you
Shit, can
talking
Trump
about?
read?
Because like, what the hell? But I feel like rap being mixed in with politics is definitely like, a positive thing. I feel like you will get some of the, you might get some of the illiterate motherfuckers that's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna vote for whoever this person told me to vote for. But you never know. Some of these Sexy Red fans, she might have opened a gateway for some of them to just look, deeper into it. Some of them might actually look deeper into it. Some of them might just vote fucking Kamala just because Sexy Red told you to. And then some might actually go and do their due diligence. They might become, voters for the rest of their lives off of that. And then the other take on like rappers with the whole key to the city. I feel like one thing that's huge in rap culture is repping where you from. I don't think there's no bigger like stamp than the
you for sure
city
know where the artist is
recognizing
from.
you.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's no bigger stamp in rap than or in music if you care about where you from than getting a street named after you. Right.
All entertainment.
Right.
It's happening
For
in
sure.
movie,
For sure. I just feel like in of course in rap or music or in rap and R&B we actually like are super vocal about like where we from, but like so are actors like fucking Leon Thomas. Never mind, he's a damn musician too. But I just heard him like,
But he was an actor,
like he was
he's-
all like talking with his hands, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm from New York," you know what I'm saying? Like that's what. But he's all, but yeah, like he was an actor first. But it's like in music, especially in urban music, we are big on like repping our town and where we from. So I feel like I ain't gonna hold you. There's no greater stamp to like reassure that than the city either naming your neighborhood after you or handing you a key to the city. I feel like that's where that's so big for like artists. It's like you can't tell me shit, nigga. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like nigga, I'm here. Like you see that fucking street, nigga, that shit say young something way, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Till you go down it and it's a whole bunch of fucking
yeah, we
abandoned
love
houses
shit
and
like that. Like
yards
fucking
and
Hampton
lots.
VA, they just did that for Iverson. Like where he grew up is now called like Iverson Way. Is a big thing. That's just big in our culture in our community. Period. So I can see where I do. aside from Main Man getting his shit snatched, it's like, damn, the Dirk thing, like, did he even get, like, he ain't even get, like, you mean, like, actually sentenced, even though Diddy didn't either, but his allegations is, like, crazy far left, to where it's like, oh, yeah, you gotta strip this nigga's key, where the other one,
No,
like,
you don't,
I feel like
but-
y'all could've, I feel like,
That shows the flaw in justice. If
yeah.
if it's innocent until proven guilty, then everything
like,
should be
don't do shit
proceeded
until you
till
proven
you're
guilty.
proven
Stripping the key
I
is
feel you.
crazy when we got a whole president-elect that was literally... Never mind.
right, no, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
you know what,
So
I agree with that 1,000%.
on to some
You're
Cam
right.
Newton news. Cam Newton's
Oh, yes, I
current
definitely wanna get to that.
We be having
situation.
these hard turns. I ain't
Uh,
gonna hold you.
it's
We be
a
in this bitch looking
Right.
like this shit like what's that called? Rocket League? That's that fucking
hey,
we in
yo,
this
Rocket
bitch.
League is crazy.
We in this
But
bitch.
so
Tokyo Drift.
this Corey Holcomb Cam Newton interview was a lot of different things for me, and this is for me like some niggas you can't highlight on your platform because they're gonna say a bunch of dumb
Hey,
shit.
yo.
Like Corey Holcomb was up here spit like, and I hate when people say dumb shit in an educated way. So we gonna get into, but this topic is more relationship wise on Cam Newton not being with just his girl in his relationship.
It's not finna happen. See, you're trying to deflect back to me. No, I would never do you like that. I got respect for you. No, here, but you didn't answer that for a reason. Understand this. You didn't answer for a reason. I'm gonna answer mine, and then I want you to answer mine too. I will answer it, brother, and I promise you I won't boot with you. Okay. How long are you talking about? What you mean? For one person.
Wait, I got.
What do you mean, how long are you talking about? As long as I've been with Jazz, Jazz has not been the only person that I've had sex with. I don't know your situation. Well, I'm getting personal. Right. I don't know your situation. Since you want to take it there. And this is the thing that has... You feel like I'm being disrespectful? Because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Not finna tell me you up in one person. It's not finna happen. See, you're trying to deflect back to me. No, I would never do you like that. I got respect for you. No, here. But you didn't answer that for a reason. Understand this. You didn't answer for a reason. I'm gonna answer mine, and then
Okay, that's repeating. But in this clip is kind of talking about how, and then she responded. I don't know if somebody who's a better reader want to read any of this, but she responded to her. Actually, this is not you looking saying for you. Magic, you want to read
It just said I seen this
Okay.
yeah, but it says, "Child, here y'all come with the just checking on you DMs. Like, I am fine. Trust me, I know who I am and what my N word is. Ain't no secrets or surprises. He could talk to me about anything, like that. Yeah, I ain't see the second part. If you want.
Say why not just be single if you gonna cheat? Cause mind your fucking business.
I feel you. However, men just want to F. Once they do that, they're back to temporarily thinking straight. It's real ghetto out here. I get it. I don't blame y'all for wanting me to be single. But if you spend enough time talking to men about this topic, you'll see that it's not as shocking as it may seem.
not.
All right.
I
So
ain't
off this topic in
Hey,
general, let's
Thank
just
you.
Right.
let's
I'm
just
about to say, can
Thank you.
Let's just do
Let me
this.
introduce it
Let's
a
just
little
veer.
bit more. Since I just want y'all to read that in this. So in this, we're talking about Cam Newton having sex with other people and his girl being sanctioned with it. All right, now go, ladies. And the topic is: are you with it? Are you not? How y'all feel
So-
about any of this? And this is the big topic for this pod because again, go ahead.
I think that the issue is I think the issue is the ideology when you're a part of this mindset, because if you're only doing it out of the idea that, well, men are going to be men anyway, so I might as well let them do this, you know what I mean, versus you actually want
being
like,
okay with it.
Okay.
yeah, like I'm just by default I don't want to get cheated on, so I'm telling you like this is okay for you because I know you're going to come back home type time, versus like, no, I'm really cool with it. Like, we have a mutually open relationship, because even when that happens, it's like, okay, you okay with him, but how would he feel if he seen you outside with somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she is happy there. She is making her money. She's cool. That's what she wants to
Who she in a
do.
relationship with?
She,
At
like
the end
she
of the
said,
day,
she knows her man. That's
she
cool.
knows who she's in a relationship
My
with.
issue is when that comes about, when it's not genuine. That's not really how you feel. You're just like in this situation.
When you're just saying
would
it.
I do something like that with that idea in mind? No. But would I do something like that because that's genuinely how I feel? Of course. Everybody knows who knows me. I don't necessarily believe 100% in monogamy. Like I get that. But I'm not ever thinking that way or feeling that way out of, oh, all men are going to cheat. I don't think that about all men.
No.
Right.
I think there is a very small,
It's a small
very
pond.
small
It's a little
pocket of
pond.
men who do not cheat, who are really emotionally mature, who are able to communicate themselves,
Yep.
and who know what they have at home, and they understand that the grass sometimes isn't even always greener, but sometimes the grass is dead outside. And they know that all they got to do is
water
continue
it.
to feed and water theirs. I think that when you feel that way, you're absolutely right for you. And you're always going to come across men who always cheat. Because that's the energy you give. That's what you think. You're going to receive that for sure. So when people say that, I agree. You're right. For you.
Right.
Yep.
For you.
I'll say that, you know, on a surface level basis, I can appreciate, I guess, the ideology, but where I don't appreciate it is that, of course, like, men don't give women the same grace. That's the only part where, and I hate to be the devil's advocate because my niggas hate when I get hell for giving these kind of takes in like a group chat or something like that. I'm big on like, damn, like, but what if like the shoes was flipped? Like, what if the roles was flipped?
Up, crying, sliding
yeah,
down
like
the wall.
you wouldn't be able to handle that. You wouldn't want that. You would leave that girl. She'd be all kinds of
Bitches,
derogatory
whores.
marks. You know what I mean? It's like it's more than just no. I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle that, and it's coming with judgment. It's coming with heavy judgment. You know what I'm saying? And some men are mature enough to just be like, oh no, I just can't handle that, baby. Like, and boom, that's it. But it's like a lot of us. It also come with a strong sense of judgment, which is where I be looking at, as much as I do agree with her, because yeah, there is a small pond of men
Think it's an ego thing.
who like wouldn't cheat, but then there's a large ocean of men who very much do fall in line with like what like she just said. And if a lot of men could have it their way, they probably would want some type of scenario like that where it doesn't have to be both sides. Like they would very much like if they could just have it their way and not be wrong about it, not be scrutinized about it. If you could be morally correct and have that, that's how most men would love to have it.
But it depends though, because a lot of
men,
men, a lot of men, huh?
No, I was going to ask the men in the room if the roles were reversed, if y'all were dealing with, and they don't necessarily have to be like rappers or artists or whatever, but if you were dealing with a woman who was extremely well off, taking care of your lifestyle for you, but she just wanted to see other people on the side, would that be okay?
My biggest thing is if we both
That's a
doing.
no.
My biggest thing is we're both doing
Thank you,
that
Magic.
now, and I ain't gonna lie. Like this is dangerous. This definitely comes with risk. But my biggest thing is if that's something we doing that in the beginning. Like the moment that we decide, like, yo, this is what we really want to do. We want to lock in. We want to really like tie this knot. That shit shuts down on both sides. It's not just shutting down for me.
So
I'm not
why
sitting
is
here.
that
So why
okay,
start
though?
it
Why
in the
start-
beginning?
Yeah, because
If you're gonna shut it down later on.
I might really like you. My personality, when I might like you earlier than I need to. I might like you earlier than I actually really know who you are.
So when you like somebody, you
in
accept everything.
So in that moment, I want the rawest version of you. I'm not. So if you choose to not move like that, move like that. If you choose to move like that, we might still have a chemistry that overshadows all of that. It might be a way you go about it to where, oh yeah, we can still date. Like we can still do our thing. And who knows, within that time of dating, that could get more serious. You could realize, damn, when I'm with when I'm with A, B, or C, shit be cool. But then when I come over here to like, you know, when me and you get together, it's always like on 10. It's always like it can get to a point where y'all both could realize like, damn, I don't even really enjoy
And I agree
doing
on
shit with
that.
other people the way. And it's risky because that could never happen.
I'm not going to say it can never happen. I agree on it, but 9 times out of 10, because there is that 1%. 9 times out of 10, whatever you start in the beginning of y'all meeting will flourish in the relationship. So if you start going into it and be like, all right, well, you talk to other people, I don't mind it, but we chilling, we still fucking, we kicking it.
Yeah, that's how lots of
Later
people
on
start,
down
though.
the line, she's still gonna want to see somebody. You ain't have a problem with this shit in the
That
beginning.
depends. If you clarify the beginning, if you're talking about beginning either as in talking, then this happens a lot of talking stage.
Right.
You're talking about relationship.
No,
then,
as in he said, as in this is my girl.
I got you. I was getting
And
right to the relationship part.
if we started
Nah,
being in a relationship
I
type
was
shit.
not saying as if you my girl.
Got
I
you,
was,
but
I was not.
I'll clarify for both.
I was saying
like I said,
I like people too
early
fucking
in relationship.
No,
So
I'm
in
talking
the-
about
yeah,
in your,
alright,
no,
alright.
not
So
you.
in that-
I'm
so
talking
in that
about
moment,
in your
we go on
iteration that
2
you
dates.
said. You said that you didn't say yourself. You said if you were talking to somebody, not you, but in this hypothetical, you said that in the beginning that would be okay,
Yeah.
but once we get serious, it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That-
serious is you my girl.
That's
why I'm
90% of
serious-
relationships, though.
Serious is you my girl. Us dating around and shit like that. That's more so like, hey, we
figuring this out.
Yeah. Like
And I feel like that's not kind of question we
But
talking
that's
about.
not
somewhere or it
dating.
may
That's not what they're doing is not
right
figuring it out. They're
for
legit.
sure, yeah.
This is what I like to do. I like to see other
Yeah.
people on the side.
I think
he
so
was
basically
asking would I
saying,
be
if,
o- yeah,
if
well-
are you
I was
okay with your
yeah,
girl
yeah.
being like, fuck all the having to be a girl. Is y'all been in it from the first time when y'all started talking? She told you, yeah, I like to see people on the side. You said okay because you're talking, but now you want to make her your girlfriend. That doesn't change.
No, it
Well,
only
it-
changes if she's ready. If
It
she's
does if
ready
she
for that
agrees to be the
change,
girlfriend.
because that does change for
She
men.
can be. She can
I'ma
agree to be the girlfriend, and it still does not change. That's all I'm saying.
it's a
That
bad-
she
She
like
still
having
agree
things
to
on
be
the
the
side.
girlfriend.
Then it's a
Yeah,
bad.
she likes to have dick on the
She likes
side.
being in a relationship more than she likes dick on the side. Same reason for some people in a
Yeah,
relationship.
like you got men
some
that
niggas
like do they thing, and there's
be in a
certain
relationship
women
more
that
than
make
like
them
pussy
say,
on the
"Oh,
side.
I'm about to hang the jersey
Yeah.
up." You got
I
men.
agree on that,
But
but
it's the
what we're
same
talking
thing.
But
about
hold on, let me
is-
clarify what we talking about because I brought the topic up. That's what I'm trying to do. So when I brought it up for both things, I said, hey, if you're talking about pre-talking stages and that's basic relationship stuff, if you're talking about in a relationship, this becomes kind of more of a balancing act to figure out how y'all moving forward. If she brought up the topic that, hey, I want to see other people and you can see other people, some niggas might be down for that. But a lot of niggas don't really want to see that.
Yeah, they only want it one
Either
side.
way, like Sin had to go, guys. She got busy day, busy people. But while she's not here, we can talk about some sports. So, how's everyone feeling about the NBA being back?
Happy as shit.
Good
man.
Needed
Needed
some
that.
things going on.
Sixers suck.
Okay, storylines are storying, but
I don't even really care about the Sixers. I watched them the first 2 games, and they was like, like the way that the game goes isn't even fun. Like it's not like a close. Like they're getting stomped on.
well, I mean, most of our premier stars are injured. It's early in the season, so you really don't care about these games. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I could understand like why these games aren't as important, like especially with the Sixers history, but it just don't make it fun to watch. It doesn't make it fun. Like they're not playing competitive basketball.
Yeah, right now it's not fun to watch, but I'm definitely down with just the overall scheme of what we're trying to do. I'm trying to have fun in April.
Right.
I'm trying to have fun in April, May, June. Like all that having fun in October, December, them little dumbass, them pre-All-Star games. Like, bro, I'm tired of celebrating at that time. I'm tired of celebrating in the regular season. I'm
are
tired
they still
of,
doing the in-season tournament this year?
Yeah.
That shit gonna be lit.
Yeah, we got a way better floor too this time. You know, we had that bright red, it was hard to see type shit. Yeah, now it's like blue. But like, but yeah, it's like I'm tired of parading in the regular season. Like I'm trying to parade in the all. I'm trying to at least see the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's really not enough for me. But we have not seen that with Embiid. Then we gotta talk. Now that we done brought up the Sixers, man, we gotta bring what's the boy name? That damn reporter that Embiid.
We'll pull it up real
Just
quick while I
shows-
just
yeah,
want
he
to talk
just-
about some
yeah, he
other
just
sports.
pushed the
So
reporter.
while Peyton pulled that up, do y'all feel like sports have been entertaining? Has sports entertainment for y'all value going down?
What you mean by that?
Like you sitting at home and watching the full game, the chances of that happening today compared to yesterday.
Yes, the chances of me sitting in front of a TV to watch an award show is down. So yeah, of course, if for a game it is down.
That was a very female thing to say right there.
I mean,
I love it. No, go ahead.
Female.
Yeah, no, you be the one trying to hide it. You in here
You
with this
know?
fucking nigga sweater.
because
But
I'm a nigga at the end of the day. Fuck y'all.
yo.
Hey,
Correct. I was born a female, but I'm a
you
nigga.
said, do you think?
See, look, that's why it was the clarification. Hey, wait, but I'm born a female, bitch, but
I'm a
I have
nigga.
nigga tendencies. There
I'm
you
a
go.
nigga.
So you saying like, do we think like that viewership or anything is going down? Is that what you're? I
Do you
kinda,
feel like
I'm
your
just doing it.
viewership?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
my
you.
personal
Your
yeah.
personal.
No, mine's
viewership.
rose, but that's because if I speak personally, growing up, I was only into one sport. I was into football. I was into football heavy until about 2012, and then I like fell in love with basketball to the point where I at least started giving other sports at least like an eye. You know what I mean? Like then I saw Bryce Harper win the fucking home run derby when he was still playing for the Washington Nationals, and the way he won. had me like, I gotta keep my eye on that man. Like,
Did
he
they turn the
tough.
air off?
Like, the way he won had me like, damn.
No, I'm saying.
More so because a lot of the shit is technically like new to me. Like, not anymore. I'm 10 years plus in of being a real life NBA fan of the NBA. The NBA is now that's my favorite. Basketball is my favorite sport, period, now. Where, like I said, I grew up a heavy football guy. And then, of course, like I said, with Bryce Harper, watching him win the home run derby and then him signing to the Phillies like 2-3 years later, immediately I was like, I guess I watch baseball now. Because I already was looking at him like, damn, like the way you just won this home run derby was fire. He just did some like clutch, like last minute shit. It was some crazy shit. He just hit like, his nigga hit like 10, 15 home runs in a row type shit. Just
To win the
like,
derby.
yeah, right. Like to like win the derby. And like he had to do that to win. It was like he was the last one up. So that had me like, and I guess any style of journalism, you know, whether it's potting, you a sports, you know, fucking reporter, whatever you want to call it, there is a point where like, you know, I guess there's that term of like journalist integrity or whatever, like journalism. Yeah, like it's like I think this guy Marcus Hayes lacked a lot of that. For the sake of one thing I hate that certain people do is where people will say very just very ignorant and belittling things just for the sake of getting your point across. Like, it's like, even if your point might be correct, you are way more in the wrong than how right your statement might be. And he was all the way in the wrong though. But he comes out and basically was like, you credit all of your hard work and your success and your drive. He basically said something like, you always credit your son Arthur for your drive. And I am not quoting him. This is all like, I am winging it. But this is basically what the nigga said. He said, in a sense, he's like, yo, you say that, you know, your drive is credited to Arthur, who was named after your, you know, brother who passed from a car accident. He's like, but you know, he basically was like, how are you saying that when you don't show up to work? That's basically what he said. He basically was like, you saying that you credit your drive to your son and, you know, your late brother, but you're not working. So I don't see how you really like living up. I don't see how you putting a name in this, like, and then B, he ready to tip. But, you know, it's a 5'8", fucking 60-year-old man. So like, it's not, but at the same time, it's like, you know, bro, you speak on my son and my late brother. I can't promise emotional. I know how I should react. I know I should be a professional.
I'm getting there and walking out like Brian.
In that moment, I can't promise you how I'm going to react. And for MB, he did make a big point. He showed us that he's willing to play through pain. That man played through a broken face. He played through a torn thumb. He played through a torn meniscus. He averaged 35 a game last season on a torn meniscus. It's like he has shown us he'll play through injury. The nigga had, what's that shit? The parsley shit? I don't even know how to say it. The shit that Justin Bieber's had. Like, that nigga, I was rolling around like a loose marble in the middle of games. You can no longer question his will to play. Right now, it's almost like, bro, just do the math. If you really watch basketball, just do the math. We got the same coach that had a successful load management scheme with Kawhi. He had the most successful load management scheme with any, you know, of anyone trying it, aside from the Spurs, because the Spurs is really like the originators of like load management, if you really look into it. Yeah, like, so aside from the Spurs, Nick Nurse really had like the most, I would probably say the fastest success, because it happened in one season.
Greg Popovich?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I think Nurse is, and I know Brett Brown was. So if Nurse isn't, then I'm confusing him with Brett Brown. But Brett Brown for sure came from that area too.
Talk about that little motherfucker.
Right, yeah,
again,
for sure. But like, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't mixing them up. But Nick Nurse might have came from there too. But it's like, yo, Nick Nurse is here. Nick Nurse had the most recent success with a Kawhi Leonard type player. We have a Embiid who is a Kawhi Leonard type player in terms of injuries, but also how potent they can be if they're healthy. So it's like, bro, the man been on our team proving to us that he wants to play. regardless for almost 10 years now. Like, do y'all not want to win? Do y'all not really care about what really matters? Do we not want that parade on Broad and Patterson? Like, what are we talking about, bro? The only thing that I probably say rubs me the wrong way is that both stars are sitting. It's like, all right, damn. I now if you'd have told me the season was gonna start and Embiid and Paul George not playing, it's like, all right, well, what the fuck going on with Paul? Cause Embiid was already here. Like, we just paid you. We just watched you play in the playoffs, and we just paid you. So why are you not playing? And he did hyperextend his knee. I'll give him grace because we literally watched that man knee snap in half. So it's like, I'll give you some grace. You definitely did some weird shit to your knee, and it might have been the same leg. So I don't know, but I know it was his right leg. If anybody know which leg he had snapped that year, then cool. But it's like, I'll give you a little grace on that. But that's probably where it probably upsets me, because the way that we was looking into this season was that Paul George was going to be there for the games that Embiid wasn't going to play. We knew, like, we needed somebody to take the load off Embiid. We knew that from the jump. Coming into the season, we knew that. Paul George was supposed to take the load off. How y'all both sitting on the sideline, started the season 5 games in, you told everybody, Paul George told everybody he don't got no structural damage. It was a bone bruise. That was almost a month ago. That bruise gotta be gone. Like, it gotta be. Like, you an athlete. You got probably some of the best medical people in your corner, I would hope. You know what I mean? Like, you got some high level medical people in your corner. That bone ain't bruised no more, nigga. Like, what you sitting for now? Now I feel like it's more so like, nah, like you gonna debut whenever Embiid come out. And it's like, now you kind of like taking money away from us at that point. But when it comes to Embiid, everybody that's thinking negatively of it need to cool out, because he done showed y'all time and time again that he'll play through pain. And we seen what that amounted to. We lost.
Do you agree with what he said when he said he did too much for the city?
I'll say that when if we talking just sports, then like, yeah, like if we talking sports, we've seen him definitely lay it all on the line for us. Like, we've definitely seen him try his, like, there's probably times where, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Like, that man is always hobbled in the playoffs. We've never seen a healthy Joel Embiid in the playoffs. Even that Toronto series that we lost, he didn't play 2 of those games. Do we even go to Game 7 if he played all games in that series? He missed 2 of those games. Like, we never had a healthy Embiid. That John with Harden, when we lost to the Celtics in Game 7, he sat like the first 2-3 of those games. Like, we've never had a healthy Embiid. And at this point, all that, the 35 a game, the 70 points on Wemby don't mean shit to me. Like, I know you great already. I already know you capable of dropping 50 plus any given night. You done showed us that. I want a parade on Broad Street. You know what I mean? Like, as a fan, that's what we all want at the end of the day. When we see that nigga come up on the draft board that's supposed to be the new franchiser, we thinking parading.
If the Sixers come in dead last in the East because they didn't play, so that meaning they gotta play the Celtics in the first round, does that help or hurt?
The Heat did it. That's all I'm gonna say. The Heat did it almost.
Do you think the Sixers
did it
is good
twice,
enough to
didn't
beat
they?
the Celtics in the first round?
Yes, I think the Sixers fully healthy is good enough to beat anybody in the NBA. At the end of the day, the Celtics is the team to beat. So that don't mean you will beat them niggas. But on paper, no, they constructed. On paper, the real teams that really got a shot at them is probably Nuggets, Timberwolves, Sixers, Knicks. I want to say Bucks, but they looking real. They looking bad. On paper, on paper, the Bucks should be able to go against anybody, but they looking real bad, and I don't think nobody injured. No, wait, yeah, I think Chris Middleton might not be in. But y'all 2 biggest stars is there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Like, that's where it's a little weird. But other than that, it's definitely a couple teams that can. It's a good 4 or 5 teams that can actually. Because my honorable mention would have been, like, the Mavericks. Like, they made it to the finals last year. They got better this year, adding Klay Thompson. I believe they added, like, 1 or 2 more pieces that's, like, definitely, like, yeah. Like, P.J. Washington not over there, is he?
Playing for who?
The Mavericks.
I'm not sure.
I feel like I seen him. Hold on. Let me see. I'm about to look him up real quick. But, yeah, I feel like those would be the only teams that I
Somebody
could really
must-
see. Yeah, for sure. He played for the Mavericks now. I definitely
They
thought I
got a
seen
good
him.
squad.
Yeah, like the Mavericks for sure got way better, and they made it to the finals. So you can't not mention them. But I say those 5 teams is really the ones that can give the Celtics like real run for their money. But at the end of the day, the Celtics is a really good team. They super stacked. It's like
And I feel like that's where the Sixers' strategy right now is, because the top of the East is so strong that if you come like not like playing, still trying to get it together by the first round of the playoffs, you might get swept. Like the Sixers have never proven that they elite when it comes to the playoffs. That they never been elite when it comes to the playoffs. A lot of it is because, like you said,
it'd be injuries a lot, most of the time. And then we had that one year
Poor
when,
coaching.
Yeah.
Poor
I mean,
coaching.
That
the
too, for
previous
sure.
coaches definitely had no chance. Like I don't
Yeah.
believe
I
Donovan
like
had
Nurse,
So
that.
though.
Nick Nurse just got here.
I mean, I said
Yeah.
previous.
Yeah,
Like Nick Nurse,
yeah.
I feel like he has the best chance, but his players have to be healthy to get there. That's why they doing what they doing. But if they
Yeah.
get in a situation where they end up last or 7th in the East and they got to play one of the best teams in the East in order to get out the first round, I think that's a tough situation for what they got going on.
Depending on
I
how
ain't
healthy we
gonna, I ain't
are.
gonna
And
lie.
it's not the team
I'm
that's
not gonna
played
lie
together.
though. That's tough for both sides.
Yeah,
Don't know
depends on-
Boston don't want to see no potential
Sixers
top
in the
3
first
team
round.
in the first round. Like
Yeah.
even if, because once you're in the playoffs, you in the playoffs.
Right.
But,
So like,
but
if,
also in the
if
playoffs,
the Sixers
Boston had
drag
his
their
way with
feet, if
Embiid.
the Sixers drag their feet and stay healthy, and make the playoffs by set what is 9th seed now? It's 9th seed now.
It's
right?
10 of them now.
Yeah, 10,
technically.
yeah.
It's a
technically.
Yeah, so
play-in,
that's
you
what I'm
got
like. But
play-in.
I'm,
Yeah, you got the
Which
play
is
in, but it
another,
is
which
1
is
through 8.
another
Yeah, it is
potential
1 through
situation
right.
if you in that position.
but
we was in that last year.
let's
Yeah,
say they
we
make
had to
the
do the
8 through
play-in.
10 to get the play in, and they make it in, but they fully healthy, strong, and confident, and they had a few months to get the chemistry right. Then that's a formidable team. If I'm Nick Nurse, I'm playing it that way because they gonna whoever top team probably gonna not even plays to their value because of the seating alone.
Shit, the way our lives set up, we might.
Round.
The way our lives set up, we might want Celtics in
Yeah.
the first round.
Get 'em
'cause-
out.
Get them out the way.
Get 'em
Yeah,
out.
Like, hey,
Bro.
Get 'em
we
the
either gonna
fuck
beat
out.
them
The
now
Celtics
or we not.
be
Because if we see
dogging
them,
the Sixers. The
but if
Sixers
we-
have never had success against the
And
Celtics.
we just
we
said poor
can't-
coaching.
we can't say
the
that-
Celtics has some of the most best. Celtics coaching has
Right. some of the greatest
like
coaches in the NBA.
They
Sports
been going
history.
And they
crazy.
still
Yeah.
do.
See, some of the
There's
best.
no
Yeah,
difference.
they
They
got
still
some of the.
do.
Right, but now we have a comfortable coach, and like I said, with pieces, we kind of we line up very good now.
And I ain't gonna hold you. They for sure was having a way with us from the moment I've been watching, but I have not seen us beat the Celtics in the playoffs.
They
Like
have
literally, I have not
And
seen
not
us do
only
it.
do we not beat
But-
them, we get dogged.
No, but last time we did not get dog. We went to 7 games and B missed 2 of them Johns. We had a streaky James Harden and like a second year Tyrese Maxey. Like and that was us coming off a very, very controversial as a year, the Ben Simmons thing, the whole like that was a real tough year. And we took them niggas to 7 games. So it's like I won't sit here and say, but aside from that, they were embarrassing us for sure. We was losing like 4-1 of them. I think we got swept by them that one year that Embiid did. When we was in the bubble, I think we got swept by them. But Embiid didn't play that. He didn't play none of those games. It was all on Ben Simmons. Like, it's like, and Al Horford used to have his way with Embiid. That shit over now. Like, Embiid be cooking Al Horford now. And Al Horford used to be that man's kryptonite back in the day. But while Embiid doing this, Al doing this. Like, yeah, like,
both are going up in age. And
yeah,
Al's-
exactly. Yeah, both
Hey,
is going
Al
up
got
in
his,
age.
man. Shout out
Exactly.
to Al Horford.
Yeah, shout out
got
to Al.
his.
You know, for you, I mean, I'm a halfway shout you out because I know y'all do not like us for real. Your sister be giving us hell, but
Damn.
as a black man,
That's
shout out to
crazy.
you and your success. You got your
Yeah,
ring.
yeah.
Like I mean, you was a #1 overall pick. I feel like you definitely deserve the ring in some form or facet.
Yeah,
But
and dick up dummies if y'all don't fuck with us.
definitely. I'm a keep it PG because it's family, but. For sure, screw y'all. Like screw.
Well, it's not a
screw
child, it's an
y'all.
adult
yeah.
sister, right?
She
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
adult, but
Dick
I'm
up
a,
dummies.
Yeah, I'm a
That's
whatever.
all.
Screw
Hey,
screw
yeah,
y'all. But I
Philly
ain't
ain't fair,
you
bruh.
ain't really making me lose no sleep. So it's like whatever.
But yeah, well, this has been a very great episode of your Friendly Neighborhood podcast.
Energy
Fit the-
went up.
Good time to, you know what I'm saying, new couch, you know what I'm saying, new set, who
There
this,
you
you know
go.
what I'm saying. Prolific Studios is about to be back, taking new clients, you know what I'm saying, it's coming, you know what I'm saying, see the sets. Nah, y'all see one set, but it's actually like 5 sets in one. Y'all don't even know how I did it, just, you know what I'm saying, I did. But yeah, so make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, hop on the studio page, follow Winners Culture, follow Prolific Studios, follow me at J__Duce, follow Wildeye.Magic, follow Peyton.8, follow It's ft.ITSJUSTJJ. All right, look at that memory. You know what I'm saying? I got it. And yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned. Follow the Patreon. The episode that these niggas don't want y'all to see is gonna be on Patreon because the other shit is not making it to YouTube cut. Guess what, nigga? Sorry. That's what it's for. That's what it's made for. And yeah, we're out. Peace. Oh, anything? I got something for the people? I'm sorry, I'm cutting niggas off, but I don't know if he had anything new going on. I feel like we just was here. But yeah,
Hit them parlays, nigga.
hit the parlays.